Go.
Whee! What episode is this?
5.
This is episode
Dude,
5.
I'm a top 10 episode.
Yes.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Damn.
Oh yeah.
Dude, Brandan Schieppati. I always like to say
10 episode.
I like to say this in public.
What?
In public. In front of the public.
If it wasn't for you and your band, we would not be here. So it's an honor for you to be a top 10 guest.
Always a crushing statement.
Crushing.
It crushes.
Oh yeah.
It's true, man.
Thank you.
It is.
Thank you for being you guys, because fucking love you guys. So it's awesome.
Hell
If you
yeah.
have anything to do with that, that's fucking incredible. That's awesome.
It is kind of a trip because this is where we first started jamming, going to Bleeding Through shows, and now it's like now it's the full band podcast and now you're a guest. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, let's just start a band. We don't need Eddie here.
We have everybody right
Yeah,
here.
we don't.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and
He's
Eddie's
doing
not-
that other
Eddie's
band
not-
anyway.
You're the singer. Eddie's not here, dude.
Eddie's
Yeah,
out.
Let's go. We got
Eddie's
all
out
this
again.
gear.
We're
We're surrounded by a
done.
lot of gear.
I mean, he bounced, dude. He rejoined ASP.
I'm saying, dude.
It's all
Who
good.
cares about that now?
Eddie too. I'm sure. You're probably like a massive inspiration.
Dude, he's a massive inspiration for me though. Like,
It's killer.
when I first started like managing All Shall Perish, he wasn't in the picture. And we took them to Europe with us, and that was like his first show, or his first shows maybe. And fuck, dude, he was so good, like right off the go. Like I remember just being like, "Whoa, dude, this dude is like for real."
Yeah.
The best thing about him too, like he knew he was for real, which kind of made it better. He's like, "Yep, I'm fucking sick."
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? Which is honestly like, that's fucking cool, man.
I'm a pissed
Like,
off Venezuela.
you want a dude going up there that like owns it, kind of.
Yep.
It's like, fuck it, you know. Like this is our first time in Europe too, and like let's fucking go for it. And he was awesome.
Well, you kind of had that element too.
I mean, thanks.
He owns
Yeah.
it.
I own it.
He owns it.
You have to.
Hell yeah.
I mean,
dude.
after this long, I can't really be like, thanks.
Yeah.
Fuck
Tip your
yeah, dude.
tip your
Come on.
bartenders,
Come
guys,
on now.
please.
You gotta do it.
Yeah, dude.
When Brandan Schieppati walks in the room, Brandan Schieppati walks in the fucking room,
And
dude.
then ask where the bathroom is.
And
then I go, excuse me, where's the bathroom?
Excuse me, where's the bathroom?
Dude, actually,
Guys, can you show me where the little boys' room's at?
Yeah.
that is true though. Like, I mean, dude, when I used to see like your band, like I used to do that. Oh, dude, there's Brandan. Holy shit. There's Brandan, dude.
Did you ever talk to him when you were younger?
I tried, yeah. I tried once, and he looked at me like I was a
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
idiot.
Did you have short hair?
Get out of here.
Do you have a picture with Brandan Schieppati like that picture you have with Josta?
No.
There's a picture of Garza when he was like 14 with Josta.
That's
It's
amazing.
so funny.
I've been getting all these like,
I mean, Eagles cap.
it's one of those things that kind of shows you like how kind of old you're getting.
Yeah.
But like people in bands that are like, that I love, like are like sending me pictures like, dude, this is me and you in like 2006.
Right.
I'm just like, fuck, man.
Yeah, it's crazy. It is. It's
Yeah,
super
I
crazy.
feel like
I've
you're not
got
that
one of
much
those
old.
stories.
Yeah.
I feel like you're not
Sick.
that much older than me.
No,
But
we're
still-
not.
But still, you got such an early start. You know,
We did.
True.
Yeah.
You didn't have no
Yeah.
lollygagging. You were just full blown fucking going.
And like for me, like I was pretty young when I first started like going on like tours, like 17 and shit. You know,
Same.
like yeah.
Yeah. My
Like
mom
high
wrote,
school.
my mom wrote me
Too.
notes.
That's fucking
so that if I
amazing.
ever got in trouble or anything, I would have a note from my mom that I could be out of state.
Yeah.
Because I was like 16, 17
cool.
years old. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
going out of like state to play shows and stuff, like in high school, you're like, people are like, what'd you do over the weekend? I'm like, played Salt Lake City, and they're like, what?
Yeah. Yeah.
I
totally.
don't know about you, but when I started touring, that was the first time I ever traveled to other states. So
Mm-hmm.
going to another state when I was first time going there, it felt like a different country almost. So
Dude,
go to
for
Texas,
sure.
I'd be like, this is so hot.
Well, Texas
And, like,
is kind of another
it's-
country.
Yeah, it is.
Should
yeah,
be.
That's true.
Yeah.
Should be.
That's its
Respect.
own place for sure.
Should be.
I mean, California is its own fucking country too. It really is.
I mean, I feel like we're lucky that we're from California, and it's one of those places that you can get an early start in music because the scene is already. It's like, hey,
Yeah.
hop in. Even
Yeah.
now,
Yeah.
even now, even though it's
stayed
not the way.
it stayed very strong. But I mean, guys, remember like when we first used to get on the road, like our first drive would be like, hey, 10 hours to fucking Salt Lake City. You know what I
sure.
mean?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
places like Las Vegas weren't even like around to like play back then, you know?
Yeah,
You'll
yeah,
pay.
So
yeah,
it was
yeah.
hard.
When it started, it was probably all VFW halls.
Leather,
was, yeah, for sure.
Leathernecks, dude.
Leathernecks.
I'll never forget Leathernecks.
That was like an actual
And that
venue, though.
and that Mexican food restaurant in Vegas,
Yeah.
whatever that
Oh,
one was
yeah,
called.
dude.
Yeah,
I remember
whatever
that
that one
place.
was. Yeah,
Fuck.
yeah. Yeah, totally, dude. I was listening to Portrait of a Goddess today just to
Sick.
get
That's awesome.
psyched back up, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I know every single song on this record.
It's kind of
dude.
crazy, like when we were kind of going over those songs, even with like new members for that Indecision show. Like it just, for the rest of us, it just, I didn't even. It's like we didn't even need to like rehearse it. It was just like, burned in our fucking brain.
Totally.
And that was shit we haven't played in like so long.
For
And then
sure.
you play
It's a
it.
part
I'm
of
sure you
you.
guys do it now, where it's like you will go back and play old stuff and be like, "Fuck, this song's sick."
Yeah, dude.
Because it's like you guys now playing it. And you're like better players, and it sounds better.
100%.
I'm sure that's like super fucking common. Right?
Oh yeah, for
But-
sure.
No, I mean going back and like listening to Portrait, it's kind of crazy. Like it was like pretty ahead of its like fucking time.
You guys were
Like the keyboards aside from it, but it's just like, dude, like blast beats and shit like everywhere on that.
Blackened,
shit. Super
like,
black
blackened
metal.
core.
Yeah.
who,
you know?
who is that on the cover? Do you know that person?
I believe that was just our guitar player Brian's wife's friend.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
I love
So
it.
So it's an
random.
actual photograph that
Yeah.
someone
Actual
took.
photograph.
That's crazy.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yo, Rise is the first Bleeding Through song I ever learned on drums.
Yeah, yeah.
I still love
sick.
rocking it too because it just starts with that crazy ass drum fill into the fucking
Yeah.
sick ass like I was like, this is hard.
But you
That was
know
like
what?
2002, man.
Yeah,
Damn,
dude.
dude.
I was still in high school.
You guys were the only one jocking Dimmu back then.
Dude, still jocking demons.
But I talk about
That-
ahead of
it
its time,
doesn't
though.
change.
But how many people are jocking Dimmu now?
Yeah.
But not in
Do it
fucking
now.
2000, 2001.
That's true. That's true.
I mean, and we did like early Dimmu stuff too.
Yeah,
like
dude.
kind of then like, you know, Puritanical came out. It was like, what?
Yeah.
That-
that's
oh my
just-
God.
That's
Yes.
like one of the best albums ever.
Just
Of any
like
genre.
fuck. The recording,
Yeah, it's a flawless.
just like the heaviness, like the fact that like black metal before, you know, like call them like hidden blast beats, right? Like the
Yep.
recordings were never like good enough to where you could like totally make
Yeah.
even like being like an Emperor fan like me, like you were like listening to the recordings, you're like, what was that?
Totally.
What is that? And then you hear this like Dimmu record and it's just like a fucking machine gun and you're like, what the fuck?
That lineup that was in that band
Yeah,
during
pretty
that
sick.
time
Yeah,
was
stellar.
so
I want to know who's.
stellar.
I want to know the chick who's on that cover.
yeah.
Who is
She's
that?
lipless and headless.
Who is that chick?
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, wait.
I want to know.
Next guess. Is that a real person?
No, probably not.
No, definitely
That's
not.
art. I think.
It's art.
That's some Windows
It is.
clip art or something, dude.
I don't know. It
For
could
sure.
be. I don't know.
I don't know.
It could be just like
Gun?
You never know.
Gun to your head.
I'd say no.
No.
No. Do you remember the artwork inside of the booklet on that record?
Yeah, dude.
Dude,
Can
who
we
was
find
it?
it,
Who
Jay?
was it? Was it Vortex? He's like getting head from an angel.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
so
It's like this.
Yeah, it's fucking.
Yeah.
I thought that was so
you just
hard.
can't fuck with that.
No, dude.
I am
way
actually-
too hard.
I'm
dude.
loving following that guy on Instagram.
That's full
Vortex.
commitment.
Yeah,
He just gets
Oh,
shit faced
it's all
and just
blurry?
like posts hella YouTube videos.
I've been hearing.
Just
about
imagine
that.
that would never fly now, dude.
Nah, you couldn't.
No way. They
Because
couldn't
you
get
wouldn't
away
sell
with
a
that.
record for anybody to open the booklet.
Well,
up.
yeah,
So-
that's also true.
Where's that Spotify booklet at?
Yeah.
spend money for that picture and not even have anyone see it. That wouldn't happen.
Like when you because you guys were obviously inspired by like black metal too. Like what black metal bands did you guys jam on?
That's usually most of you guys.
Oh,
Right?
Me and him probably the most.
I mean,
like
but
black metal.
I
I
specifically
got-
mean that, like,
I
especially
got-
Northern
I
California
mean,
too.
Dimmu and Old Man's Child probably like
Old
Man's
Man Child.
Child.
I got
Rush.
way into Cradle. I got into weird shit like Limbonic Art was a band
Yeah.
I listened to a lot. That was like
Carpathian Forest.
Carpathian Forest
Yeah,
was
Carpathian
okay.
Forest is dope.
I'm since I'm a guitar player, something that had good guitar, and there wasn't that much good black metal guitar
No,
music.
there wasn't really good
And
until
the
like
the popular part
Galder.
about people sounding
Yeah,
shitty.
exactly.
I
Yeah,
mean,
and
like-
Silent Oz.
like Ezon, like that shit's fucking crazy. But that shit was so fucking crazy that it was like too
And
crazy.
Emperor, yeah. Like I
Yeah.
feel like the recordings turned me off, where I couldn't
Yeah.
really get super into it, and
That's
there was
like, like their thing. It sucks.
that was their thing.
I
It
hate
was.
that. I hate
Why
that
is
for
that their
me.
thing?
I don't know.
Dude, one of the most heartbreaking things, but awesome things in my life is the first time I got to see Emperor, right?
yeah.
Okay.
And it was like, I don't know, I think I might have told the story. No, maybe I didn't.
No.
But so going to see Emperor and, you know, like the whole thing of like, oh, they dress in black metal, corpse paint, all this shit, right? I think it was like maybe their first ever time in LA, and the dude walks on stage in a white t-shirt and no corpse paint. And I'm just like,
sick! Fuck yeah!
that sucks, but it's also like
Yeah.
such a fuck you,
Yeah, totally.
right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's just cool.
Do they never really wore corpse paint like later on, huh?
No, it was early,
was
and
all-
it was
all their
very
early shit.
whatever.
When did Emperor come out?
Oh, they're old, dude.
Fucking old.
80s? Did
Man.
you
And
get
like he has like
Probably late 80s.
he's
I
like
would guess.
music institutes now in like Norway and shit. It's
I mean, he
fucking
looks like
crazy,
he has
man.
music institute.
He's like he looks like a teacher,
91.
but he's like the best.
Damn.
Formed
91.
in 91.
Oh, nice.
crazy.
Damn.
Close. Very close.
Emperor is a Norwegian black metal band formed in 1991.
Yeah.
Wow.
Have you ever got to see Watain live?
Yeah, dude.
That shit's evil.
It smelled really bad.
Yeah.
It smells really bad.
Yeah, dude, because they had like these like pigs' heads.
I think that's the only,
Yeah,
that's
see,
probably
like-
the only real band I could say that's like probably crazy, and like
Yeah.
that lives by that shit.
I think all their shows are like they're a ritual, right? Like
Yeah.
he's doing like a seance type thing, and they got like an altar and all the pig heads and shit. When we played Copenhagen,
Yeah.
That's what it was.
and they were one of the headliners on the second stage, and I watched from like the soundboard, and I
Yeah,
could
far
still
away.
smell it.
We were
It's
far
fucking
away.
that
Damn.
bad.
Far away,
Like,
we still smelled it, and we also thought the whole stage was on fire.
it was like the
were
show was on fire, like everything was
see
on
that?
fire.
See, I don't
There's
know how
fire
they have
everywhere.
fire
How-
everywhere.
how- do they
Legit,
do
the
that?
fire was on fire by the end of the set. Like, everything was on fire.
Like I
how
would
do they do that?
As much as I would really love one day to have a Bleeding Through show where we add pyro, just one. Like I think when it's like officially over
Next week,
the whole budget's gonna go
The big
towards
shebang,
just
yeah.
flames,
Fire.
dude.
do it next week.
Hey, we actually we've had pyro once,
Yeah, one or
and
two
it was
times.
like it was like
we didn't
but
pay
they were
for it.
using-
It was
they were-
just there.
They were using
Yeah,
it for
it
other
was
bands,
there.
I think too. But by the time we used it, one in front of me and him, I think, was just like, it like probably real
Yeah.
small. He
It
had
was
a
such a
bigger one.
cock tease.
blowing up all fucking.
Dude.
It's like a small squirt. We're like, that's lame. That looks worse than ever.
Yeah, it like makes us look bad.
yeah. It's
Like this
it's
is
snakes
crazy.
sparkling.
Okay, so like, doesn't
That
this
is
look kind of like a pain in the ass to play though?
It
Like,
does.
Yeah.
you're gonna be
Yeah.
so fucking hot.
Yep.
Like if
It's-
you're playing
and if
drums, you're so
And
bummed.
that's a summer festival. That's
Oh,
a summer
Jesus.
festival too.
Ooh, no, dude. Fuck
And then what
that.
if you're
What
hungover, dude?
commitment?
You don't want to go on that. man.
No way.
So this band is serious.
I think.
Okay.
I think.
That's why I was scared.
I mean, when I
That's what I was.
I was like, this looks like hell. It looks like okay, they like try to like recreate hell on stage.
yeah.
Our guitar player Brian Lepke, former guitar player, like he used to have this book that was like the biggest CD book, and we called it the Black Metal Bible, and you just couldn't read anything in
None
that
of the band
fucking,
names?
Yeah, none. So like if you didn't have him to interpret, you just had to like stick it and be like, see if you like it, like in the van, right?
That sounds
rules.
fun.
Yeah,
That
I
sounds
feel like
fun.
that's,
Super
I feel like that's a
cool. It was
really
cool.
honest way
And
to
I
like
bet there
know
was
if
like
something's sick
I
or
bet
not.
there was
Like,
more bleh than yeah.
It was really shitty stuff.
Yeah.
Like
Look at
you
that.
gotta
There
be
you go.
full,
That was the booklet.
you gotta be full commitment.
Was that the
Oh
was that
my
the was that the
God.
booklet right there?
Total.
I love it.
I can barely read any of those.
Yeah.
All right, so what were you listening to that directly like made like a Dust to Ashes Portrait of a Goddess sound? What was like the direct band?
Shit. I would say the bands that we were like really jamming on, we really liked Suffocation a lot.
Love that.
Just like the fucking riffs were just like so sick, right?
Yep.
And it was heavy blast beats. So we're like, this is cool. Like it's like going along with the blast beats was like nothing I'd like heard before really. It was like Cannibal did that, but it was just like more like, I don't know. Suffocation was just more, they're heavy.
Mike Smith, dude.
They're so fucking
Yeah,
heavy,
yeah,
right?
a lot of Cannibal could be like running, and
Yeah.
Suffocation's like weightlifting.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
Yes. That's, hey,
Hey, man.
that's
Man,
great.
thank Kenny, dude.
Okay. So I think early on it was like we listened to bands like Integrity, right? Like hardcore bands, and like that to me was like so raw and so like intense. I'm like, fuck, that would be so sick to be in a band like that. And then it was like we liked Suffocation. What other stuff? Malevolent Creation, stuff that had a little bit more like breakdowny type shit. And then what really helped wanted us to like we loved like Dimmu and like Cradle, but didn't really like we didn't really want to use keyboards like they used it. Where it was like Cradle was very like circusy,
Sure.
kind of, and we didn't really want to use that. So we're like, we want keyboards in our band, but not overpowering. Then lo and behold, we started listening to Soilwork. And Soilwork kind of used it as like another fucking instrument.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It wasn't like, you know, now we kind of use it as like a full-on blanket over shit. But back then we just wanted to use it as another instrument. It made it seem very like doable for us. We didn't grasp the concept of like recordings to where, oh my God, it's like super symphonic. We just wanted it to be another like instrument. So that's why we added that. So like Soilwork was like a huge fucking influence for us. So really, I feel like you take like Suffocation, At the Gates, Soilwork, Integrity, smash them together. You got
Totally,
one
I could
through.
see that. I could see that for sure.
Interesting.
Hypocrisy, maybe too, a little.
Hypocrisy, yeah, dude. I mean,
Yeah.
for real. Riff wise,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
It's funny
I
'cause-
listened to a lot of Hypocrisy when I was writing riffs then, and Soilwork.
You wrote a lot of the first music, right? Like
I mean,
guitar-wise?
I wrote a lot of it, but like that was a lot of Scott to know back in the day. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Snakebite Scott, right? That's Scott.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta remember which
Yeah,
one.
Scott wrote like such fucking
BC
good
Rich.
riffs.
He was playing
dude.
BC
He
Rich.
was
He
writing-
was
That
a
was
Keith
hard.
Rich guy.
That was so hard.
He was such a great guitar player, like that early on. Like I feel like his riffs really were like what kind of spawned like metalcore. I really do. Like I'll give him
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Totally.
I feel like when I was in Animosity, we played together, and I feel like he was really tall, or maybe I wasn't that tall yet, or something.
He wasn't that tall.
Wasn't that tall? I just remember. I remember the snake bites more than anything. but
Yeah.
that dude. I remember seeing him around and be like,
Well, I think just that era in particular, when it was him and Brian.
Yeah.
Like just like the whole like the metalcore
Yeah.
riff thing, dude. They were definitely fucking on top of that shit too. Like
they had conflicting styles with each other too, which was very weird. Like Brian was like a lefty guitar player, and he
Yeah.
just had lefty timing. Like it's like Lars Ulrich playing like drums. Like it just almost falls off a cliff and then it catches back
Right.
on, right? And that
Yeah.
kind of makes the beauty of it. It's like adding like a half like measure to like every fucking riff.
but when they
But when
blend
they play together,
yeah,
it just worked.
It worked.
It was cool.
I
Interesting.
can say that 100% about these two.
Yeah,
clowns.
totally.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
definitely.
being more.
But
for
that
sure.
makes like for really like interesting fucking riffs, man.
Totally.
Like you know what I mean? You
They
don't
would,
want
they would write completely different riffs. Like,
Yeah.
he would be like, I never would write that sweep thing.
Total.
Mark would be
And
I
I'm
would.
like the non-technical writer.
Yeah.
So like I was kind of like early on I was like the breakdown guy.
Yeah.
And then it was like later for like in later records where I started writing like more full songs and stuff. And
I
then
love
now-
that photo.
Yeah, so you guys had like you and Scott and Brian. Like, sounds like you guys had a really like trifecta of like chemistry.
We did, and it was like I mean that's all we did was do this band, right? So like we had a rehearsal like storage lockout that was kind of like this. It was like every day when we were home from tour, we would just fucking go there every day and just write and stuff like that. And it was fucking awesome. Like I miss writing together.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Same room.
Yeah,
you're
we
in-
don't
you're in
get
a
to
fucking-
do that now, really. You know what I mean? Like we live like everywhere.
Yeah.
Fucking
How many
busy.
guys are?
Yeah.
How many people are in California, or at least in Southern California?
Southern California, do you count 29 Palms as Sunny?
It's close enough.
That's a whole different country.
It's drivable.
So like
It's drivable.
It's
It's
drivable.
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 five of us are in California, four of us Southern California, and our guitar player Brandon just moved to North Carolina, which is really
North
convenient.
Carolina.
Yeah, that's so convenient. Yeah, totally.
That's very,
Hopefully
very
he's got
convenient.
a, hopefully he has a,
convenient.
hopefully he has a sick home
Luckily, he
studio.
has a private jet, so we're good. Man.
The bleeding through bucks.
Dude, that's how we're getting to Indonesia, man. Flying that fucker.
Oh, that's
Not
right.
really. Yeah, how let's talk about that.
Yeah, dude.
We're going to be
Indonesia.
playing together
gonna be
in like a
sick,
couple
dude.
days in
Yeah.
fucking
Same stage,
Indonesia.
right?
Yeah,
we
same
play
stage.
right before you guys.
Yeah.
I was hoping that we were going to be on the same flight.
Yeah, we probably are.
It's at midnight.
Uh-oh.
Maybe
Yeah.
When you fly out?
Our shit leaves.
Thursday.
Yep. Thursday at midnight is us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
to check.
Maybe.
Damn, we're
Yeah,
You got direct? You got direct? We're going to Taiwan first.
Yeah.
We're going to Japan first, not the same. Oh,
Wow.
damn.
Got that bleeding through cash, you fuck.
No, we do. There's no directs
You
there,
get to-
man.
you get to-
Sure,
you get to-
like, you have to
There's no
stop.
plane that can stay in the air
They
that
get,
fucking
to,
long.
they get to stop for ramen and sushi, dude.
Yeah,
We're
dude, that's
fucking-
true. Taiwan has good ramen and sushi though
does it?
too,
I was
man.
gonna say, I'm
Okay,
sure there's
okay.
fucking.
don't
We're
remember.
gonna be in the airport for 3 hours. We'll
Yeah,
find some
I'm
shit
so
to
happy
do.
that our lineup is our
worked
day.
out,
Our
yeah.
day is that day.
I was really
we
worried
have
because when I
everybody
saw-
but
when I-
Seppo and Fear Factory. I feel like.
From when I understood that we were being added, because we were added last month.
oh shit.
Oh shit!
Really?
Literally, we pulled it.
Oh, shit.
We have like a fill-in bass player because we just had to
Oh, shit.
put it together. Like we had to like really put it together, right? And Ryan has like a little bit of a back issue, so he can't getting on a plane for 24 hours, dude.
Dude, it's
That's not happening right now. Not for a turnaround. Like when we go to Australia and Japan, he'll do it because he loves it there. But
And you're gonna be there for.
and you're going to
like-
be there for a little
yeah.
bit. But this is like,
This is a turn and burn.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, 48 hours of travel for
Yeah.
like 30
So,
hours of existence.
yeah.
An hour on stage.
So when we agreed to it, we're like, fuck it. Okay, like, yeah, we're doing this fucking show. And okay, like, first off, like, why wouldn't you do this fucking show? Like, people are like, how are you doing? Why wouldn't
It's huge.
people are as long as people want to bring you to somewhere else than where we're sitting right now,
Go.
you fucking go.
Fucking
man.
go.
True.
You
For
go.
sure.
Turnaround trip, don't give a fuck. I'll come home and I'll feel like I'm on another planet. Don't care.
true.
We got paid to go to fucking Indonesia and play a
100%.
show with our fucking
100%.
friends
Yeah.
in
Oh,
front
it's
of crazy motherfuckers.
Yeah.
A lot of them.
Because Indonesia
that
is
is.
crazy.
Yeah, dude,
Fuck.
we posted pictures that we're playing it, and like 600 people comment in a different language.
That's
They're all
insane.
Like,
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
can't wait. It's like I'm hoping this is that, but
Every single
like, fuck you guys.
you guys.
Just
Death
real,
awaits you.
real
Every
quick. I
day
love
since
I love
we
this.
announced every day since we announced that we're playing this show, I have like a grip of
So
people,
many people.
DMing me every day, like memes and
Right?
shit, trying to get me my attention to like, hang out in Indonesia.
Play this
So
song.
Are you
It'd be
just
cool.
are you doing a turn and burn too?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's so cool.
Yeah, it does. It
No
feels
other
cool.
shows.
It does. It
no
feels
fucks
cool.
given.
I mean,
let's
none.
go.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
It'd be fucking ripping.
This is my favorite picture of Dan
Telling
Kenny.
people-
Go back to that picture, dude.
Telling people I'm going to Indonesia to play a show this weekend is just
You look
fun.
like your lips are like puckered, like you're
That's
so
that,
mad.
that is definitely
Majestic.
photoshopped. And I won't say what was photoshopped.
No, nothing was photoshopped.
I don't know.
on that
No,
one.
no, that's not the photo.
That's a
Different
real.
photo.
That's a real one.
Different
What is
photo.
this? What is it? Where's Eddie?
Change-
Where's
change
Eddie?
the
What does that
subject,
say?
change it.
Where's Eddie's donkey? And then it's,
Wait, why does it say visit?
What? Drop
What?
by here.
Here,
What?
long
Where's his
visiting my
donkey?
daughter.
Visiting
What
my
the
daughter.
fuck?
Holy
What?
shit.
Eddie's gonna have a donkey ready for him, dude. That's
Go
good.
to the airport, dude.
it's such a good gift.
Holy
It's a
shit.
good gift
It's a
over there.
good gift, man.
How is this? I'm
It's out
ready
of
for,
respect.
how does that translate to how is this? Didn't that say something about a donkey?
Dude, that's
I'm
all-
tripping.
that's
Never
all.
mind.
It looks like donkey. Wait.
Oh no,
Oh,
that's,
no.
that's a different one.
Okay.
Hey, we gotta get to see Cradle that day too.
That's what I'm saying.
that'll
How
be
cool is this
tight.
fucking
Yeah.
show?
Oh
So
my
when we
God.
first agreed to it, we saw the original lineup. You guys weren't on it. It was like all the bands that had kind of like already been like established before. I think you guys were like, they told us you were on it, but this flyer they showed us didn't have you on it. Then we heard that we were playing like a second day and not with those bands, and we're like, fuck.
Yeah.
We're like, whatever. Going to Indonesia. It's gonna be dope. Then we saw like the actual lineup, and we're like, yes.
Yep.
That's fucking sick.
Lamb of God.
There it is, dude.
Is this the first time we're playing the same stage?
This would be the first time we're ever playing the same stage together.
How long did that fucking take, dude?
Almost 30 goddamn years. I guess.
Almost
what,
30.
20
Think about that.
22, 23 years, something like
Yeah,
that.
that's fucking crazy.
It took 22 years.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh,
Look at
Ingrid
that.
Mom scene.
Look at that
That'll
fucking
be
thing,
fun.
dude.
I think that's the one we saw first and we weren't on it. Oh, you were
Yeah.
on it.
Suffocation. I was hoping they were our day, but it's okay.
You know, can't always get what you want.
Yeah, Matreyu's on it too.
Yeah, they're
So
on
I'm
our day, I
saying.
think. Misery Index aren't on our day. They're great.
Did you have
It'll be
any
so
beef
fun.
with you and Atreyu at all, or no? Because like the fucking competition factor is like,
You know, back in the, it was kind of weird. Like, we were so close with like certain bands, like, but they were a band that was like sort of like right on they weren't. It was like they weren't really Orange County. They weren't really Inland Empire. They're Yorba Linda.
were they?
Never knew that.
Yeah.
Oh, huh.
So it's like, I feel like where all of our bands like grew up, like they were just kind of on that outside. Mm-hmm. So we weren't really like, we didn't really get to know them very well until they started kind of touring. And the old bass player had some beef with us for some reason. I don't
Let's
really
go.
remember. But I squashed it. We played some shows with them. It was kind of funny. I thought that we had like beef because of this bass player, right? And we go to Europe for the first time in like 2002, maybe. And we play a festival and we have 2 other shows. And at that time, like, I guess there was beef between our bands. I don't know. Like, I don't know.
Good old fashioned beef.
Good old fashioned beef.
Do you remember
right?
that, Garza? Do you remember hearing about beef?
I just
between
don't.
them?
I don't really remember. I think there was like very short lived. So,
I feel like.
but we go to Europe and we're like, who are we playing with?
I love that band
that's
right
a
there.
trait.
That's that band.
Pull that up.
What a handsome band.
Now I can't even tell the story. No, okay, so we go to Europe or whatever, and we're like, oh, who are we playing these other 2 off day shows with? And they're like, oh, you guys are playing with Atreyu. And we're like, that's gonna be interesting. So we kind of squashed it there. I'm like, we all talked to them, like, is this weird? They had a new bass player already, so I'm like, what's going on? All right, no, it was the bass player.
The old
all
dude.
good.
It's
The
so
old
funny.
dude. It's always the old
I
dude.
remember all of this stuff because I even remember when Atreyu's bass player he went to All Out War or some war band, and I remember when they got their new guy. I remember all that. It's like I feel like Southern California bands, we don't have it in us to really beef with each other. We're so laid back that it's like even if we do kind of beef, we end up seeing each other and be like, wait, are we really beefing? Like
Yeah.
Like shit.
I don't. That's how I feel.
I love everybody, man. I mean, I love everybody that comes from this like area. I mean, fuck, man. We all just. I'm proud of like where we're. I mean, look at this fucking. Look at what still goes on in Southern California is pretty fucking remarkable. Like it's still.
Oh fuck yeah!
It's still established as like the favorite spot on a tour.
Totally.
For bands that are out of state.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's still
Even
the thing
LA,
that dude,
even
Chain
LA,
Reaction is still like a legendary stop for a lot of people.
Holy
Like,
shit.
Can't wait to play Chain Reaction. It's like,
It's
that's
a
fucking
rite of
awesome.
passage for like young
Totally.
bands. that
And
are
it's
coming
cool
up
as
and
fuck.
shit. Yeah.
I thought I'd never see the day they started selling beer.
Right?
Dude, I know. I was
Dude.
there within the first week.
Yeah,
I'm like,
wow. All right, let me get 6 of them, dude.
Mark's like, I guess I will come out, dude.
Yeah, I
hey,
guess I
all
will.
ages, dude.
Yeah.
Allages.com, you know?
Allages.com.
That's what it is.
That's
It's
right.
allages.com.
I love that site.
Yeah.
The only beef I have with them
That's
is
what it
they,
is.
out of all the shirts they have on the walls, right?
Yeah.
And all the fucking times that we've sold that place out, we don't have a shirt. Where's our fucking shirt, man?
Whoa, wait, no.
Dis. No
There's
beef,
no
shirt.
Bleeding Through shirt?
And we've given them a shirt to put up multiple times.
So you're telling me there's a
gave
chain
us-
reaction bleeding through beef?
Yo.
Listen, Andy, you
Confirmed.
motherfucker.
Here.
No,
Well,
wait,
I have-
that's wild.
I
dude.
have some bad news for you.
What?
I think there's 2 Sweet Sound shirts up there.
That's what I'm saying. I've seen one.
Okay, so Brandon, because we're very good friends,
This is why we
will
don't-
we will take out one shirt.
Half a shirt.
Or maybe
Next
whoever,
time we're there,
or
we'll
maybe
take that one off, put a bleeding through
Maybe
one up.
whoever you gave
That
it
is
to likes you
surprising.
guys so
I feel
much
like they
that
fucking
he
just
wanted to
took
wear
it.
it.
I think they just took it.
They wanted to wear it.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say there had to be one up there.
Like there's like a Taken shirt there.
Yeah,
Ignites.
Not saying anything about Taken. Look at Impending Doom.
yeah.
Wow.
Three are dead with the brass knuckles.
Shadows Fall.
That's what I'm saying.
Come on now.
Bro, Danza
Why not us?
Danza
They're
has
East
the shirt
Coast.
up
What did
there.
you do?
Fair.
Yeah.
What did you do?
I don't know. Made them money?
No, you did something. Old Brandon.
Dude, Shy-Ho.
No, old Brandon was
Fighting.
misunderstood.
That's true. That's true.
Misunderstood.
It's true. It's true. You were.
Cartel.
Is it a band? I always
Cartel was good.
I literally see that shirt every time. I'm
I
like,
like
oh,
Cartel
I remember
actually.
them.
For like a pop band, they're pretty fucking sick.
pop.
Back in the day.
Oh wait, I remember they had like the super pop punk vocals, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember that.
Also the pop. Oh shit.
Oh shit.
So it's just one word.
Cartel.
Huh.
Yeah, I remember. I remember.
They're not. They're,
Huh,
they're
I
huge.
gotta-
They're huge in Mexico.
Oh my goodness.
All right, simmer down, Nick. Eddie.
Alrighty.
Do you guys, with that being said, isn't it weird when you go to another country and you're like, well, that's first off,
Yep.
but you see bands that you're just like, what? Like this band's huge?
Oh yeah.
Here? Like,
Yes.
like Cartel would be big in Mexico City.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like 1,200 people, no problem on a Thursday.
The funny thing is like,
No problem.
I
be
love
like,
the
what?
I like the band Zebrahead. Love those dudes.
Oh, yeah.
Old school fucking dudes. Love them. But I've never like really known them to be like anything that's like big in like Orange County, right? So, but that just might be just my ignorance
Where are they
of
from?
being they're from Orange County.
Oh, okay.
But we went to fucking Japan once, and there's fucking billboards of their fucking asses up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? Like, their billboard band here? That's fucking crazy. And it was right next to like a billboard with like, oh fuck.
Taylor Swift or something.
No, it was Richard Gere.
For a movie?
Okay.
For a movie or
Like a
just
watch ad.
a watch ad?
It's like Richard Gere
And Zebrahead.
Zebrahead.
But
And I'm
do-
like,
do you
fuck,
think-
this place
do
is
you-
fucked up.
Do you think that happens organically?
I don't know because like
It's hard to tell, huh? It's like, how does
dude,
that
it's
happen?
hard. It's like I find that a lot. Oh my
Is that Larry
God,
David?
stop it.
Let's go.
Okay. I guess Richard Gere is big in Japan.
That's a mix between Larry David and Indiana Jones.
Oh my God, it is.
This is
Indiana
serious.
David.
Dude, Marty Friedman's huge in Japan.
Marty Freeman's been real big
Weird
in
stuff is
Japan.
big in Japan. Like so, like when we had Dave Nasty playing guitar for us, who played for like No Use for a Name and Suicidal and Infectious Grooves. When he would go over there with No Use, it was like nuts.
People waiting at the airport.
Like,
for him.
yeah. And when we went there with him, we were on tour with like, there's Dave. We went over there with, the only time we went with him was when we were supporting Machine Head and Hatebreed in Japan. So it was big.
Oh, that's very
We
big.
got off the fucking airplane, fucking motherfuckers rushing to this fool over
Crazy.
everybody else, and we were with the other bands.
They didn't give a fuck. They were just
Are you
like Dave
serious?
Nash is here.
Dead ass fucking
Crazy.
serious, dude. Because No Use for a Name was like a big deal there. Like he had his like own like fans. It was fucking cool. Whoa. But that's what I'm saying. It's like
That's bizarre.
what is it? Like
what was that band in Australia? 10 years?
10
Do
years.
you guys know who that band is?
I remember
years.
10 years.
Yeah.
They were on an Australian tour with us, and they were like big in Australia,
Yeah.
like super big in Australia.
They had a moment.
Was it Soundwave?
Soundwave.
Soundwave. They
And
had
we're-
they did have a moment in the States though.
They did, yeah. Well, pretty much everybody that's big in some other country had their
Had their
moment,
moment in the
almost
States.
everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like who else is fucking in?
It's,
What was her song?
I can't remember, but when you hear it, you totally
You'll know it.
But 10 Year was that band when we were in Australia
Yeah.
when we jocked their fucking signing.
yeah.
When
Nice.
we had a signing next to them, and it was Eddie's first tour with us, so we were kind of on everyone was interested in what we were doing.
Yeah.
And they set up signings where it was 10 Years and us, and we were like, they're fucking doing really well. We see that they're playing in front of a lot of people, and obviously they're big over here. We kind of know who they are. We did a signing, and when we showed up, everyone left their line and came to our
Yeah.
signing
Oh, it
wall.
was
Oh,
fucked up.
shit. And
That's
then
dope.
we just started, I mean, we felt bad.
Yeah.
But then we kind of started, we started saying, using 10 Year as like,
Adjective.
as an adjective or describing something that was happening. Like, oh yeah, they totally 10-yeared them. Or we're totally going to 10-year
You
them.
took those girls away from that dude?
10 year it.
Yep, totally.
10 year it.
Yeah. Fuck, man.
What do
Yeah,
you?
when people ask me like, is your band bigger in Europe? I'm like, I don't know how to answer that. Like,
People
like,
ask me all the
that's a
time,
question I
where's
get all
your
the
band the
time.
biggest? And
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's the question I get all the time too.
fuck.
I don't know.
It changes.
It changes yearly, I guess.
You know what I mean? I mean, it's like, I kind of feel like,
Especially now, it's
I
it's
kind of
hard
feel
to
like it's
tell
all
now.
the fucking same.
Yeah, it's hard to tell.
It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to say Europe all the time because you play those massive festivals there, and they don't have
I
them like
wouldn't
that.
say Europe.
They
for
don't have
us.
them like that in the States, but I'm like, that's a festival. That's not your show, you know?
Right,
That's,
yeah.
like, that's a combination of people.
I feel like Europe does a very good job at deceiving us through perception of how big a band is by like the amount of festivals they play on because of certain factors. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. Like, I don't really know. We went to Europe a lot as a band.
Yeah.
But maybe we just didn't go enough. We didn't make it a priority. But I feel like the bands that did make it a priority are like pumped. And if I
Yeah.
could probably go back and like give a little bit more priority over some of the the US stuff we did, because we did some US stuff. I mean, everything was like great, but we would choose certain things over other things. And maybe if we did paid more attention and do more Europe or more of the things we needed to do, I think that we would still be like, I mean, I'm not saying we're not. Like the last time we went there, it was fucking huge. I don't know. We just haven't been in a while. I don't know.
Yeah.
What year is
And
this?
it's really expensive. We went like,
It's
we went in
stupid
2019.
expensive.
Fucking
Now
expensive.
it's just
Stupid
like, now
expensive.
it's like,
So it's like
oh my
for
God.
us, and it's like for us, I think for where we're at as a band to where I'd say per year we're allowing ourselves like a big allotment of time to do like an actual tour. And this year we're doing that for Japan and Australia.
Killer.
Because it's like 3 weeks we got to go.
Are you
You
going to do
have to.
Southeast Asia, like, or just Japan and
We're
Australia?
just doing Japan and Australia. We're going to hold off Southeast Asia for a little bit.
In September.
Sorry, Thailand.
longer. Yeah.
Cool.
I've always wanted to do that combination, but it never seems to happen.
We've done it once. We did Soundwave into Southeast Asia.
Killer.
That was kind of like the best tour of our lives.
Yeah,
I
that's
bet.
a
The
good-
lowest
good combo.
stress.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like show up to Southeast Asia and you're like, fuck, people know who we are here. It's crazy.
You guys, that's your tour you do?
Yeah, and we added one more show.
Who you
in
playing- What's that
Adelaide.
city you're playing second?
Frankston?
Ballarat and then
Ballarat.
Frankston?
Ballarat.
Ballarat.
Yeah,
God,
we're-
I love names.
We're,
City names in fucking
we're gonna
Australia.
plug in these states a few times throughout
Cool.
the next.
Yeah. You,
It's all good.
you got what, a 3 in a row banger in the beginning?
Yeah, man.
Ooh. Are those flight dates?
No, those are all centered around Melbourne,
Oh, okay.
I believe.
I mean,
Okay.
dude, you're getting older. Do you think you could do this?
I know I can fucking do this, bro.
I know I can.
I mean, I understand the question.
Yeah.
No, I mean, listen, like, it's
Sable.
It's I own a gym and stuff. I pay a lot of like attention to physical fitness to be able to do this, but I'll be honest, dude, like it's still I don't do those like month-long rippers where you get conditioned. It's like, so you know what I mean? Like sometimes those first couple of days are like pretty rough skis.
Oh yeah.
The hangovers and stuff.
Fuck, dude.
After Indonesia, we're gonna be hurting.
I'm gonna be fucking hurt.
I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
We're gonna
We
fly
thought,
back
we
home
thought it was
in
like
rough
40,
shape,
45
dude.
minutes to like 55. I was like,
Yeah.
all right, we're going to be sore as
Yeah.
shit.
I would
Fly
say
That extra
back.
10 minutes.
Yeah, extra
We
10
have,
minutes.
we have
is
40
a lot.
minutes. It's a fucking vacation for us.
Dude, I love the one.
40 minutes is like,
40 minutes
Oh,
is
that's
money.
nothing,
Boom.
dude.
If we could play 40 minute
come
sets,
on.
the
You know,
rest
what
of
the
our
dream
lives,
is
dude.
getting on the after the show, getting on the plane home, and you get the whole row to yourself. I'm just manifesting that for me. It's like
think it
lay
might
down
happen.
with like
you
legs.
never
spread.
know, man.
It doesn't happen anymore. I feel
Yeah.
like
Dan
used to
Kenny's
get lucky.
mentally already at the end of the set in Indonesia. He's just like, I'm looking forward to the flight back home.
Oh my goodness.
I
It's
feel
like
like
that dude from Mastodon. It's like, what's your favorite song to play live? And he goes, the last
song.
That's like my favorite answer ever.
Nice.
I feel like the best time to see bands that you like is when they've been on tour though for a super long amount of time.
When their
like 2
fucking
weeks in.
high,
I'd say
when
2
their
weeks.
high level performance is second nature, that's the best time.
that's the best time, and I always
You know?
I always feel a little bit bad when we're flying in to play a big show and we haven't
Yeah.
played a show in like 2 or 3
Yeah.
months. It's like, well, you're getting us, but
I mean,
we're not
it
quite on
definitely,
fire.
it definitely
like we
serves
would
as a
be on
challenge.
tour,
I think.
you know?
Yeah,
I think for us,
yeah.
we're a little bit different to where that's when we play. That's when we have to be on.
Oh,
So,
the
like,
one,
you know
the
what I
one
mean?
off. Yeah, yeah.
We got one shot.
Well, that's
True.
what I'm saying. I also kind of feel like it also just instinctively kind of kicks in that we're like, oh, fuck, it's one show. We're going to rehearse the day before and then
We
fly.
are actually rehearsing the day.
That's what
before.
we're
Yeah,
doing
yeah,
too.
yeah.
That's
And you
what
know,
we're doing too.
what's going to
Same,
happen. We're going to go over there, do a hands in, walk out on stage, and just get fucking super just adrenalized.
I'm not going to
and
remember. I'll
probably
remember
smash.
10 minutes.
Dude,
of it.
Same.
most every time we
Same.
ever do it, it's always
It always
smashing.
ends up being
It's always
super
my
sick.
personal, me
Yeah,
judging
yeah,
myself.
yeah.
I love getting off stage 2-3 weeks into tour and just being like "Pff, butter. Like it just,
Yeah.
you and I are like, we'll be on stage looking
In
at
the
it like we
pocket.
nailed that. We nailed that. Like
Yeah.
those
Yeah.
little spots where you're
So,
like, boom.
And then I'll
it's
come
like,
off
no.
stage, and then Garza will tell me that it was fucking shot. He was like, hey,
Dude,
playing a little fucking
kids
sloppy
are
there, dude. Heard your
terrible.
popcorn
Do you
feet. I'm
guys,
like,
do you guys have rules? Do you guys have rules when you tour? Like, for example, kind of a rule for Eddie. We agree with the two was 6 in a row, like max. Like 7 in a row, we can't really do it. We don't want to do that anymore. It's
6
pretty
is brutal.
We were pretty fucking psycho when we were going.
We were
full
too,
on.
but
we
like
would
now.
now.
Yeah, now.
No way, dude.
5,
That's too
6,
many.
4.
I'd say 5. I'd say 4 in a row is probably like where we'd want to sit as many in a row.
Yeah.
When did the
Probably 5.
rules start kicking in though?
Yeah,
what
that's good.
phase in
That's
your
good. That's
career?
good.
When did you start?
I don't know,
like,
man. I feel like at a certain point, it's like you can do it, but what's the fucking point when you know you're gonna be fucking tweaked? It'd be
Yeah.
better to take a couple days off.
yeah.
And if you've earned that, fucking take it.
For sure.
Because then that means like essentially it preserves the rest of your shows.
Yeah.
You'll have the energy. You won't have those shows where we've all had these shows where you're like,
Physically, mentally. burned.
fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And you go out there and it ends up being a good show, but
Sure.
you don't ever want to go on stage like feeling like that because you're so fucking drained. You know what I
Totally.
mean?
Totally.
We sound like total fucking babies. But
No, no.
there is something to that to where like it's fucking draining, man.
It's
And-
mind breaking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Literally,
yeah,
your
true.
brain
We-
feels
we-
snapped in half.
We've all
Yeah.
been there where like 45 minutes before you hit the stage, you're like, I could go for a nap right now.
Dude,
I
I'm
wake
there
him up
all the
before
time.
the shows all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did that in Europe all the time. And I had
Yeah.
to stop because I would take like a pre-show nap in the bunk,
Yeah.
just get darkness, some fucking AC or whatever the fuck,
Yeah.
go out on stage. But I would just get on stage so groggy, and I'd be like, bleh.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
As a singer, Brandon, what do you? So, to me, you have like 2 eras where like you have like the 2002 era, but you have the now era. Like, what do you think about now, prior to like a show? Because my shit changes.
Like as far as like what I think about before I go on stage,
Mm-hmm.
fuck, 2002 was just like
Kill everyone.
kill everyone, though,
Yeah.
right?
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
It was like, here we are. What the fuck is going to make us stand out? We were really nicely competitive when it came to performing and like kind of just making sure that we used other bands' performances as like fuel to the fire. Not like, oh, I wish we were like them, but it's more like, fuck yeah.
Yep.
They fucking killed it. What's crazy is like one tour that happened was when we did a tour with Animosity. And Animosity was so good on that fucking tour that with Unearthed. They were so good. And they were the band that we would talk about all the time. Be like, dude, like, they fucking bring it. we always appreciated those bands that like would fucking just set the tone, right? I don't
Bass a
know.
little bit sloppy,
Yeah.
but it's fine.
Was that with you?
No, I was
Oh,
with them. That was with them.
But yeah, it was. But the thing is, like,
The bass
they
was
were
not sloppy, trust me. He's great.
But yeah, man, like, I don't know.
Yeah, you always had a lot of energy too as a front man, and you ran all
I
over the
think
place. And
Back
Sorta-
then was kill everything mode. Now it's like, dude, it's a fucking emotional roller coaster before I go on stage.
Totally.
I mean, you've seen me when I come off stage.
Yeah, I'm like
crying and shit.
I'm curious what like you're thinking about. If not even thinking, you're kind of trying to clear your mind. I was very curious.
It's like a lot of people, you know, degree of emotion and degree of like how emotional yet we are all emotional to this music. That's why we fucking do it, right? And
Sure.
We've gone through the journey of like sweeping emotions of being just burnt out and over it and being like super into it, feeling out of place, feeling in place, feeling all that shit, feeling like you had to fight for your music, feeling accomplished and you didn't have to fight for it, feeling that appreciation. We've gone through all the highs and the lows and the battles of being stuck on the side of the road and getting in accidents and having things fucking, you know, injuries and tragedies, you know? I take all of that and I put it in a fucking ball and I fucking eat it. And I fucking let that fuel my fucking show.
For sure.
I put every motherfucking second of my emotion that I've felt towards this band and everybody that supports us and all the friends that we have made and all the bands that inspire us, and I just fucking let it go. Like
yeah.
literally.
I love that.
And that's why, like I said, you see me after shows, like I am like a fucking catastrophe.
Yeah,
I'm in another area of space for like 30, 45 minutes. I am laughing, I am crying, I am all over the place.
Yep.
Catharsis, dude.
It is.
Yeah, South
And
by
it's-
So What was the first time that I saw you perform in over a
And I-
decade.
and I, like,
and you
lost
were
it.
fucking on fire and it was insane. And I think you were crying after
Yeah.
too. And I was
Yeah.
just like, respect. Like, I brought Will Ramos over because I'm like,
Yeah.
we got to go watch Bleeding Through. You are coming with me.
Yeah.
You know, and,
That's cool.
and we fucking
Man, I
watched
wish you would have watched a better show. But anyway.
No way, dude.
I thought the intensity of that show was pretty great.
That's the artist. in
I
you
feel
to
like
say
That was the first show after COVID for us.
Okay.
So that was like, for me, that was a show where like I didn't know if this was going to happen anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Marta's having more like kids and you know just things are life is happening, right?
Yeah.
And after that show, what really got me was before she came up to me and was like, "I'm gonna fucking do this as long as you want to do this," and that to me was like, "Fuck yeah, let's go!"
Yeah, yeah.
Right. And so I just put things into that, and after that show, I'm like, "Fuck!" I was like just drained.
Well, you put it all
Yeah.
out there. It was fucking.
But I mean,
sick.
every show, I'm just fucking drained.
Yeah.
I just have wicked IPA dry mouth going on right here.
I think. I mean, I saw that.
So
I think
bitter.
Gitter was there too. We
Yeah.
talked about it too. He's like, "This is the most on fire." I don't remember. However, I don't disagree with this, or
Yeah.
however Gitter would say. You know,
Get her speak.
And
You know?
Get her speak,
I
dude.
think that show was really important for us. Thanks
Yeah.
for mentioning it because I feel like it was something to where it was like, that kind of showed us that we're still here. You know
For
what I mean?
sure.
And then we played another like that kind of gave us that like boost to the next show, which was a show in Worcester, Tattoo the Earth.
Yeah.
they did that
I
again.
forgot they did that again.
And then the third
Forgot.
show that we played, or we did Blue Ridge. You guys did Blue Ridge.
yeah,
I think we played the day after you guys.
That's a
Because why would we play the same day?
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Why would they do something that makes sense?
Put them on different days, guys. And then we played Furnace Fest. And after Furnace Fest, after that show, I was just like, yeah, we're fucking back. Like,
Yeah.
this is it.
We
And
are
then after
back.
that was like a total mentality change. Yeah, there's Furnace Fest right there.
Yep.
Yeah, I saw videos. From
It
this,
was
and I
just
like, fuck.
fucking insane.
Yeah.
And I felt the first 3 shows didn't feel that great. You know what I mean? Like, that's a long layoff.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
it's just like UFC fighters when they
Yeah.
get back in the cage. They call it ring rust. But
Yeah.
you think they're
I
fighting.
had ring
you
rust
think
as fuck.
you think they're fighting great when you're watching on TV. But then them
Yeah.
after the fight, they're like, "I had ring rust." I'm like, "You looked good to us, but you can only judge yourself, I guess." You know.
Yeah. But yeah, man, like, that's what I do before shows.
That's killer.
And I keep like
You can tell.
I keep my friends in mind. I keep you guys in mind. I keep everything that we've built over all the fucking years that we've been doing this here. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, the scene didn't just fucking land on us, man. Like, we had to help build that shit to where it's at right now.
100%.
And the fact that our bands are still fucking doing it and doing it at a level that's not like, for lack of a better word, like embarrassing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because there
yeah.
are some bands like that come back to you, just like, no, maybe don't come
We
back.
won't name them.
Yeah, I'm not gonna name it. But some of them are like,
sounds
some of them are just like, dude, maybe don't come back, or maybe like come back for a little bit, and like then like, what did you say?
You know, maybe once every 5 years.
Yeah,
So it's like one of those things, and it's like, but our bands are still like performing at such a high level and writing at such a high level too, man.
Yep.
Like I personally believe that. I personally like listen to all the bands that are putting out music. Like the last couple 18 Visions records are fucking sick as fuck. You know what I mean? Like your last record is fucking sick as fuck. Like it's just everything is getting like better. You know what I mean? Like As Lay Dying is writing better music. Like everybody is writing better music, and I think that's just that's also a testament to like how much like we still fucking care. You know what I mean? Which is fucking awesome.
Yeah, there was like an element, especially back then, there was like an element of like unexplainable emotion, which maybe we, you know, bands like, you know, Pseudoscience probably subconsciously took from bands like, you know, you and you as a singer, where it was like that like unexplainable thing. And I think that this helped lay down the foundation of both of our chosen styles of music, like metalcore, deathcore.
Yeah, I mean, I also think that like, you know, I didn't know Mitch very well, but you know what we did know of each other is that we kind of took some things, like we were fucking on fire emotional people,
Totally.
and we wrote that into our lyrics. It might have come across different ways, but it was just that's the way it came across. You know what I mean? And to me, I started playing this music and writing these lyrics because I was dealing with just such fucking secret mental shit, you know? So it was like pen to paper or fucking razor to wrist. That's how it was for me then. You know, when I first started doing Bleeding Through, when I made the commitment to just doing Bleeding Through, it was like every fucking day was so like important. And I think it was a good thing, but it was also one of these things where like I was so tunnel vision. We've talked about this, like so tunnel vision for so many years because I cared so much that I didn't make friendships, and I didn't, or if I did meet people, I didn't keep these like lasting friendships because I was so in it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Now it's so different now. It's like the passion is the same, but I celebrate a different way. I celebrate by like, you know, I guess making up for a little bit of lost time, I guess. But like at the same time, like we need to celebrate each other and maintain friendships because that's what's gonna keep the shit going until we literally can't fucking do it anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Agreed. Yeah, we're all gonna keep each other's bands going.
Fuck yeah.
You got to uplift, dude.
Hell yeah.
It's true. It's very true.
Yeah, dude, that is super intense. I feel like what you were saying too is like it's like it's either a subconscious thing or it's a real a total thing we know. I feel like we as musicians, as people that play extreme music, we emotionally give it to the music in an extreme way as well.
Yeah.
It's like
true.
when we first started touring, and I mean, everything that was any little tiny bit of like advancement in my musical career, it was like that's all I cared about from high school. Day one of high school, I started a band. You know, it's like I'm in a bigger school with more people. I'm going straight to the musicians I know. I'm starting a band. And I totally agree with you. It's like I look back and how many, it's like that's the sacrifices that when you hear people say, I sacrifice so much for the success or for whatever it is that is my musical career, my band. Yeah, dude. Relationships, friends.
That's the most,
Yeah.
the biggest thing I ever sacrificed was relationships.
Dude, yeah.
Gone.
Totally.
With family, friends.
Yeah, girlfriends always took the back seat. They had to know that. They had to know that right when you started dating. It's like,
Shit.
I know this band thing might come off a little weird, especially when you get used to it. But this is always going to be the most important thing to me. I love you, but I'm sorry.
Yeah, this is my number one.
This is my number
know,
one.
I'm sorry.
But now how
Yeah.
different is it though?
Now we're just
Yeah,
more mature.
Yeah. Like I love the fact that like my wife is a fucking tour manager.
Oh, really?
She crushes.
Nice.
That's so
She does
sick.
such a fucking good job.
Yeah.
It's like we used to have that rule, like no wives or boyfriends. Or it's like,
Yeah.
why?
Yeah, we-
How about get someone that cares just as much as you do to
Yeah.
do the fucking job?
Yeah, for sure.
You get to tour with your lady.
Yeah, and it's fucking
That's
awesome.
fucking killer.
I get to take her to fucking Indonesia for
Oh, that's dope.
Second time. That's weird.
That's killer. Yeah.
Swing on over.
And she's like, we can turn and burn. We don't have to fucking stay.
Seriously. She wants to stay. I want to stay. We can't stay, though. Owning a business is rough.
If you could go to Bali, though, Bali was
I
always
know.
my favorite.
We went to
place.
Bali for our honeymoon.
See,
Wow.
It's the best place on
perfect
earth.
spot.
And
It's
I
so
wanted
nice.
to go back so bad. Oh, don't even pull it.
Yeah,
we want to
I
play
know.
there again. We want
Look at that fucking
I got
place,
the worst
dude.
sunburn of my life there.
Oh, it's so beautiful. It's
And I
fucking
didn't care.
incredible.
It's the only show in Suicide Silence history I don't remember playing.
You played Bali.
Yeah, we played Bali.
Yeah.
That was sick.
Yeah,
Oh my
2008, we
God.
went over there at like
Yeah.
one of like the peak of like deathcore or like Suicide Silence, like where we were, like one of the peaks of us. We went to Indonesia. We played in Jakarta. We landed and we were like, oh, we're excited to play. Like we don't really know what's gonna happen. We see a billboard with
Yeah.
our name
Fuck
with us
yeah.
on it. We're like,
Yeah.
oh shit. We're like, what's pre-sale? It was a crazy amount. It
Yeah.
was huge. And then we went to Bali. We didn't play till 1 a.m. They fed us and got us wasted. I
Yeah.
blacked out before I even played. I don't even remember
Damn.
playing the show.
Yeah,
I do not remember playing the show.
we got fucking coconut drinks. We went boogie boarding all day.
Oh, we were in the. Oh,
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
we
We
were
had
going for it.
surfboards. Mitch was surfing.
Was that the weird stage? It was like
Yeah,
it was
there
like
was a catwalk.
super deep.
Had
It was
a
a catwalk.
There was a
right?
catwalk, yeah. Big
Dude, I want
catwalk.
to play Bali so
It looked like
bad.
where they'd have like a
Dude,
drag show or
there
something.
was like 1,500 or 2,000 people at
I'm
a
sure
show
there
in
was.
Bali, dude. It was
And our
insane.
hotel looked just like that.
Yeah, I think we stayed there.
Our hotel was sick. We opened the door to your own personal
Yeah,
room.
I know, dude.
They're like, even
Dan
not
Kenny was
sharing a
drunk
room
right
was
there.
awesome.
I remember Mitch swung from one of the trees that was hanging over the pool and pulled it straight in the pool. We're all, oh shit, we gotta get out of here.
Yeah. And dude, the water was like
It is a
80
beautiful
degrees,
place.
85
It's so
degrees.
peaceful and it's so beautiful.
It is beautiful. Wow,
2000
dude.
That was the worst sunburn ever, man.
I've had a really close friend of mine live there for like the last 15 years.
Oh, love
Yeah.
that summer.
And he owns like the biggest CrossFit facility like in the world.
Oh shit.
Really?
Yeah. CrossFit
He's like, let me just move to
Wanderlust.
the best place ever.
Dude,
He
that's
just
insane.
kept going back, and eventually he's like he figured out how to live there.
It's really affordable to live there.
Fuck yeah.
I was
Oh,
gonna
dude,
say,
it's
can the dollar go
affordable-
really
it's
far
affordable
there?
vacation
It
there.
probably
A
goes
dollar
super-
goes so
so
far
far
there.
I'm
They do
sure.
not care about money at all.
No.
And if you pretend you do, you're just an asshole.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Like our hotel rooms were probably like $4 a night.
Wow.
That's insane.
It was crazy. Our drinks, we racked up a big drink thing at the tiki bar thing.
And I'm sure it was like fucking.
less than $20.
Yeah.
For all of us to get
it's crazy.
Dude,
hammered with
shit house.
exotic drinks.
Well, dude, it was like that for us in a Knotfest in Colombia at the end of fucking 22.
Oh yeah.
Dude, that was fucking. We all went to that fucking
Colombia's
steakhouse,
nuts.
got hammered.
Oh, yeah, the
Everyone. It was like
steakhouse.
12 of us, and the total bill was still like
Nothing.
it was like $280 for like 12 people
Yeah.
to get fucking smashed and
Yeah.
eat steak.
That's
Like,
amazing.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
And everyone was super nice too, and that show was super sick.
Let's do South America together.
Yes.
Oh man, those fly days, dude.
They're brutal.
They are. It's like you're flying 4 or 5 hours every day and playing the same day.
Yeah.
Don't we
Try
also
to-
do it though? Fuck.
We should do
because
it.
why
Yeah.
not?
You gotta
Dude, it's
fly.
for the love of the game,
What
dude.
a fucking honor. Yeah, hell
Dude,
yeah.
Yeah.
Try to plan out your drinking because hangovers are way different now.
Oh,
So you can't just like wake up and be like, yeah.
See, I miss the whole first wave of hangovers. So now it's like
Yeah.
Oh, so
Oh yeah, that's
so they
right.
just hurt. So it's just, they just hurt. That's it.
they fucking suck, man. I get it.
How old are you again when you started drinking?
34.
That's,
Wow.
I remember. Oh, it's so fucking bizarre.
Yeah.
34.
Damn, that's crazy.
You were 21 when you started, right?
Yeah, it's 21.
That's crazy.
Mark
That's
was
crazy to me,
12.
too.
I do.
Mark was
Mark was 12.
Dude, I was getting. Hey,
I don't
listen.
advise it.
Listen.
Look at these eyes. You shouldn't- don't do drugs or drink when you're young.
Being from Newport and being a little fucking surf rat, we started really young.
Yeah.
It was smoking weed at like 11,
Yeah.
12.
Totally.
Every day.
Same. Yeah. When
now,
did you go
now
straight
I
edge?
do it every day
When,
at
Yeah.
43.
nice.
Cool.
At the end of the day, probably,
When
right?
did I what?
When did you go straight edge?
13.
13.
Oh shit. Okay. Damn. All right. So yeah, I mean, you had a fucking long run.
At
of
least
that,
you
too.
figured.
Were
At least
you
you figured it out fast.
You were straight edge from 13 to 34?
13 to 33. I started smoking weed before drinking.
Oh, okay.
It's a good run. 20 years.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Good
That's
run.
good.
20 fucking
Yeah,
years.
that's
Good.
solid.
do you
20
think
years.
that? Do you think that
We should
helps
celebrate
fuel
by
the
drinking
band?
right now.
What's that?
Do you think that helped fuel the band even more? Just having more a clear
Okay,
head.
here's the deal. I know my band now
Yeah.
and the way we are now.
Yeah.
If we did that for all the years that we were a full-time touring band,
Yes.
Not a chance. He said.
I had a feeling you were
way.
gonna say that.
Yeah, totally.
like it,
Who's gonna drive tonight?
it works. It works now. It works now because we're like vacation core, man. We play like we go on
Vacation
weekends and play like
core.
2 fucking shows, so we could fucking drink. And by the time we start like getting really stupid,
Yeah.
we're going home.
Yeah.
Hey, that's what what's his name said when we were in Nick from Lionheart. He
Yeah.
was like, bro, he's like, this is fucking vacation for us, man. He's like, come out here for fucking 2-3 weeks, play some fucking big ass shows,
Yeah.
and just go back to our regular.
How
jobs
was
at
that?
home. Like,
It was
sick.
fun.
How was that tour?
Great.
Yeah, it was killer.
Yeah.
Lionheart.
I never
Huge
heard
in
Lionheart.
They're
Europe.
fucking
Yeah,
massive
another
in
ba-
Europe.
another
Another band.
another
band.
That example.
And
Yeah.
I used to I managed them for a little
really?
little second too. And I remember when they first started getting like Europe offers, and I feel like I'm like, that's probably the best play for you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the States, it's like, but the thing is, that's where, to me, they're a hardcore band.
Mm-hmm.
Europe will extend the life of hardcore bands.
Yeah,
Totally.
The States will
It won't die there
fucking
at all.
forget you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, when are they going to forget us? Please don't ever forget us.
Don't forget us.
Please don't.
Yeah,
But
like,
like,
look,
it's so massive there.
yeah,
I know.
they're
And it's
fucking
like,
huge over there.
good for them.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, guys.
You know, I've never heard them before we went on tour.
I
with them.
love,
Same.
I
And
love
I,
that
and
band.
I saw that lineup and I was like, okay, I know Paleface. They're like brutal too.
They're cool as
and
fuck,
then
too.
I was like, Kublai Khan, I like them. I like them as a band. I
Never
jam
heard
in my
them.
car.
Kublai Khan's so sick.
Yeah,
I've
That's
heard 'em-
Ricky
Great,
with no
they're
shirt
great.
on.
I've heard them
Great.
on.
They're just groove
I've
central.
heard them on like random on Spotify. I've never like. Is that weird that I've never heard them?
No,
they're
no.
the kind. I know they're. I've heard. I like the songs I've heard. Listen, and I'm actually pretty current. I listen to like current shit. I think the thing with them is that I see the name of that band and people talk about it so much that I almost
yeah,
don't
the
have interest in
opposite.
listening to them.
I understand
That happens.
And
I
that's
totally
so
get it.
crappy of me.
No, I get it.
No,
That's
but I
fine.
get it,
That's
though.
fine.
Like I feel
Yeah.
so bad,
Hey,
but
but you-
listen, Bleeding Through was for sure that band. You guys were for sure that band.
Yeah.
MySpace band, fucking blah blah
But
blah. It's just-
dude-
how many people are just like, I'm never listening to that band just because of that? So many, and then
You
they
know-
finally do. And they're like, God, we're idiots.
How long do you
I
think?
hope I start listening to Kublai Khan and I realize I'm an idiot.
How long do you think Kublai Khan has been a band?
Take a guess. Wild guess. Now he's confused what to say.
12 years?
Okay.
Pretty close. Actually, I'm not certain. I think they've been a band for 18 years.
Jay.
Oh.
Jesus.
Yeah. And I
What
talked to
took so
Matt,
long?
the singer. I know, dude. No, that's what they
going.
said too, though.
Dude,
They-
but like-
they said they've done 50 Acacia Strain tours.
I feel like I feel like I
remember.
remember them when they were around back then on tours. I probably saw them with Acacia Strain.
Yeah.
I have a funny story about them.
2009.
I played trivia.
Is that? Hold on. What's that?
Uh,
So that's 15 years.
15 years.
Yeah.
Okay, 15
hey,
years.
I have a weird thing to say.
you were close. 12.
When we just toured with them, I got a shirt from them, and I played bar trivia about my house all the time. And we had a trivia question come up, and that was the fucking answer.
No way.
Yeah, an emperor.
They're a trivia answer band?
No,
Holy
no,
shit.
not the band. The
Oh,
emperor.
the character?
Oh,
the
the
guy.
Kublai Khan,
Okay,
the
the
guy.
actual Emperor
old
Kublai Khan.
Asian
The
emperor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Not Genghis.
What fucking trivia
Not-
were you playing?
It was just random knowledge.
I'm not
stuff.
surprised you
There
played
he is
trivia.
right
If you
there.
don't know, he's a trivia master.
So
If
wasn't
there's
Genghis-
anybody
wasn't
in the
Genghis
world,
Khan-
I think that plays trivia,
Is
like
it-
the people that are like,
is this the
who
cover?
plays trivia? It's
Me.
Oh, yeah.
Kenny
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure, dude.
I'm addicted.
Once a week, he's on Team Dingus, and I think you guys are like top 3 in the state or something.
Yeah.
so Kublai Khan's like,
He's not Genghis Khan. He's Kublai Khan. You know, he's just a
I back
different.
it.
There's that motherfucker and got statues
crazy.
and shit.
Well, and the band isn't called Kublai Khan anymore. They're Kublai Khan TX.
Yeah.
so that's like the thing with
Probably
Texas.
so
They
you
do
don't
like
have
the
to- you don't have
TX
to-
thing.
No, it's because
But
I
I mean,
think
they're all
there's a
doing
DJ.
it.
I know.
If you Google image it just comes up as that fucking dude, not the band. So
Oh, is it like a lawsuit thing? Do they have
It's
to
the
put
same
TX
thing with
at the end of it?
Paleface.
Yeah.
Paleface is Paleface Swiss because some DJ with 40 fucking Spotify listeners won't fucking give it
Refuses
up.
to give the name up.
Yeah,
Yeah, checks
yeah.
out.
And Kublai Khan's like,
Now it's sort of one of these things that's becoming a thing.
yeah.
I mean, fuck, dude.
Unity
If Bleeding
TX.
Through is happening right now, Bleeding Through OC.
Oh shit, dude. Hard.
Done.
tour with
Hard.
Suicide
How
Silence,
hard?
IE.
How hard would that tour be?
Dude, oh man,
Dude, like Suicide Silence, i.e. Bleeding Through OC, Kublai Khan
Holy
TX,
shit.
Paleface Swiss,
Yeah.
hard.
There it is.
that would be hard. As
Hard.
Well, there's still
That
time.
was
Represent-
sick.
It'll be the
The
where you
represent
it'll be
your
the-
block tour.
Damn.
Dude, can we do this?
Hold on, yeah, dude.
That's huge.
The other
Let's
bands
wait
will
22
say yes.
years.
so to
But
speak.
we have to list ourselves as that. Shit. We're doing this.
We have to change our name on all our socials.
That's it, dude.
Done. Let's fucking do this.
Bleeding Through OC
It's-
is actually pretty sick.
That is
That's
pretty
pretty sick.
So
That's
sick.
pretty sick.
That's hard.
Dude, that's pretty good.
BTOC.
I mean,
Old English.
Suicide
full
Silence
fucking print.
IE is
That's hard.
pretty
That's
fucking hard.
That's
dude.
hard.
It is.
It is.
Shit.
Absolutely fucking hard.
I feel like,
Oh, dude, yeah.
hey, listen.
Yeah.
I feel like Suicide Silence, you know how like, they didn't go Switzerland, they said Swiss. So they went short too.
They went short too.
Gotta make it simple.
Yeah, you do.
I like that. I like he's just looking right at him.
Let's
What
go.
He's looking at his ear.
He looks like he's mad at his ear.
Dude, you have something in your ear.
Yeah, yeah.
I kind of saw him in Vegas. I saw him. I
Would
saw
you
him.
just not remember or what?
No,
We're playing with him in Texas.
Yeah,
soon.
you are.
That's fun.
At the what's that show called?
Big Texas Metal Festival.
Yeah.
That's with All Shall Perish too,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Who?
Yeah.
I want to go to that
I
show.
know. It's
Dude, let's go.
fun.
Yeah, I kind of want to go.
Let's go. You're already going.
I'm going.
I mean, I'm going.
Are you going?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you really?
I'm either going to go to that or
Sinister,
Incarceration. I got to see
dude.
All Shall Perish play one of their first
Yeah,
shows.
Yeah.
Well, I'm helping the guys. I'm
It sucks 'cause
helping
I'm not
Ed
there
and-
that day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, hey, Bree's playing
turning
too.
over.
I'm gonna go
But I'll see
fucking moonlight as a drum tech real quick again.
Hell yeah.
I feel like he's trying to be like the mayor of metal now,
Yeah.
dude.
You see him
Like,
every
there's a few mayors out there.
I'm everywhere, dude.
You're starting to creep, dude.
Yeah.
See, Garza's getting like too famous to be like the mayor.
Yeah.
That's what- that's
becoming the
what I'm
governor?
saying. I, dude,
He's
I
more like the
fucking-
governor or the senator.
Yeah, yeah.
The senator.
I see that.
I'm still at the point where people still call, be like, "Oh, dude, Alex." I'm like, "Yeah, for sure." I just take it and run with it. I'm like, "Fuck it."
Just take it, dude.
Yeah.
POD is sick.
You thought I was some Asian guy, right?
Oh my god.
Idiot.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
It's like,
God
God
damn.
Just tell a quick story.
Story.
A quick
This
one.
was just this past weekend, Saturday.
You thought he was Asian this
me
past
and Garza went to Sick New World to go have a fucking nice time. I went to go work part of the event and then hang out for the rest of the event. Got pretty intoxicated, and I went to go look for Garza because he texted me and said he was in the same area that I was in, which was not true. He wasn't there. Turns out he left and then came back. But when he told me he was walking back for Slipknot, I was already probably like, I won't say the amount of
Wow.
cocktails deep I was, but
Solid double digits.
A Vegas amount.
a Vegas amount. Yeah, a Vegas amount for sure. And I saw a guy the exact same height and stature as Garza wearing the same black Adidas track jacket that he wears all the time. Same
is
length of
sick.
hair.
Appreciate that.
And it was already dark. Slipknot was getting ready to go. So I was like, oh, there he is right there. I'm going to go grab him. Dude, I like power
What'd you call
walked.
him when you say you had to have called him
I
something
did.
real
I-
offensive?
Are you freaking B word with something?
Not being canceled on the fifth show.
Come on, dude.
I power
Be
walk
honest.
all the way over to this guy that I'm thinking is fucking Garza, and I like smack my whole fucking hand on his shoulder and go, "What's up, you fuck?" And I go to turn him around, and he turns around, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
What's up, you fuck?
Yeah, literally, that's
Wow,
what I
okay.
said. And I
You're
mean, I
surprised
was
you didn't
probably
fucking-
smelling like fucking vodka and fucking cranberry juice,
Luckily,
dude.
he was just a lonely
It
new
ended up
metal
being
fan.
Robert Trujillo.
It was Robert Trujillo.
It was not Robert
Fuck,
Trujillo.
you guys look so much alike.
Totally.
But
yeah.
no, so he turns around after I'm like, "What's up, you fuck?" And I was like, "Oh my god!" It was just
Look at Robert Trujillo.
Let's go.
That's you in
I
like
know it
fucking
is.
20
God.
years, dude. I
holy
hope
shit.
That,
Yeah,
dude.
He is handsome.
He is very handsome. He is very handsome.
I'm
You got to
lucky.
start jocking some of his moves, dude.
I should.
Can you do the
Crab
crawl?
walk.
the
Can you do
crab
the
walk,
crawl?
dude.
I'll get.
You get pretty
my
low.
knees.
You gotta play.
Okay,
You play
I got it,
already.
I got it.
You
You
already
play
kinda-
low. You play lower than him.
You monkey and Jim Root. You put it to the side. You could
Yeah.
crawl.
Okay,
You
I'll
could
crawl
the way
it.
he
Yeah.
does,
And
you
then
know?
you could put your hair in two braids.
I'll do one crawl set.
Do you hit the floor with your guitar?
Yeah,
Sometimes.
he does.
So
I've seen it. I've
We
seen
did
it.
a whole tour and brought a
Sometimes.
guitar every night. Now, that's why we made $0 at the end. But I was like, you fucking cocksucker.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
But
So-
he used to do this thing where he jumped into the drum set.
There
You
it
ever-
is.
You ever see
Yeah.
that?
There it is.
Yeah.
Oh,
I could do that.
You can and you should.
I mean, that's a little older. When
could
he
try
when
it.
he was doing,
if you're gonna try it, Jakarta might be this place to try it.
Ooh,
You're gonna have a lot of room.
I'll
There's gonna be
I'll
a
try.
lot of room
I'll
on
try.
I'm
stage.
sure that
Good
stage is
spot.
gonna be way too overly
Actually,
big.
I think the Hammersonic stage also has catwalks that go out
So
into the
it's gonna
fucking
be such a
crowd. It's
huge
fucking
stage.
Do you want to
huge.
know? Do you want to know what happened to us the first time we went to Jakarta? Okay, here we go. So we go there, and we're like, we were always the band that was like 3 weeks after Black Dahlia murder, 3 weeks before Darkest Hour. That was the
Gotcha.
chain of events. Always. Swear to God, our band just like did that. So we went. We went. Oh my God, this fucking video.
That's ridiculous.
Stop it. Okay,
I'll
so
do that.
We went there, and we're talking to Black Dahlia, and they're like, "Dude, it's so sick. We played this like tennis arena place, and it was just like perfect size, like 4,000 people, fucking nuts. Like, fuck yeah."
Whoa.
So we're like, "Yeah, our show's at the tennis arena," and I know that like we got there, and the guy's like, "Yeah, like the pre-sales are really, really," because I'm like, "How are the pre-sales when we get there?" And the guy goes, "Oh, really good. Like like 3, almost 4,000. It's going to be a really big show. And I'm like, cool, we're going to sell this fucker out, right? And he goes, but they just shut down the tennis arena and we had to last minute move your band to probably where we're playing.
Oh, so you played this huge.
fuck.
So, okay, we have to move your band because there wasn't another venue that could hold the amount of pre-sales.
Oh my gosh.
So they moved us like 20 miles outside the city.
Fuck.
Okay. And into an open air like stage that had no bass subs.
For metal, that's a devastating.
Yeah, that's
Pretty rough.
Yeah.
And it made 4,000 people look like 12 people.
Oh,
Let's
fuck.
go.
And the fucking barrier was about 20 feet from the stage.
Let's go.
Oh yeah.
And I'm
Oh,
just
yeah.
like, sick. And like, I mean, it was a fucking awesome show. You just make the best out of it.
Yeah.
But it was like, that was the bleeding through luck. Because guess
man.
what? By the time Darkest Hour went there, the fucking the
Tennis
tennis
arena
place
was
was
open.
open back, and it was a nice little cozy fucking gnarly fucking show. And our show was like where like Metallica played the summer before.
That's ridiculous.
That kind of sucks. How much sometimes you just get like the
Sometimes
shit.
you just
end.
get that.
You just
That
get
happened
it.
to us. That actually happened to us kind of a bit for a little bit. We were the guinea pig band for a lot of areas. Even like early days of like Australia, like we went in 05, early 05, and like U.S. bands weren't really going there yet. Like we were one of the first tours in like our genre. I remember Throwdown went like a month before we went, and they were like one of the first.
How was it?
And we went, and it was fucking insane. But you could tell it was like, we could tell like when we were playing there, we're like, I mean, Parkway was our direct support. It was their first Australian tour they ever did.
That's gnarly.
I didn't know that.
They covered Rise every night.
Before you guys
Yeah,
fucking
they
played,
played it. We didn't play it.
the
What the
balls on
fuck?
Parkway, dude. The
Are you
balls on
serious?
Parkway. That's fucking
No,
rude.
we told them to.
Oh, they.
I'm like, I heard you guys cover Rise. Play Rise.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Oh
they
my
played it. I don't know
God.
if every show, but they played it a few shows. It was cool.
Whoa.
Wait,
But
what year was this?
This was 05.
So this is Love This Murders was already
This
out.
is Love This Murders was out.
Yeah.
We were on that tour, and when we came back from that tour, The Truth was being recorded.
Yeah.
Look
Okay.
at that. Byron Bay High School.
Was it 05 or
I think
was it
we played there with
06?
them there,
We
too.
did play Byron Bay High School with them, and it was fucking
We
insane.
did it too with them, I think.
So yeah, that's where we went the first time.
That's so crazy.
That's a crazy lineup. You
Yeah.
serious?
Yeah, you guys played the high school.
Oh no, we didn't do that one. That was a
No?
different lineup. That okay. We'll
This
get
is
back.
the-
To, okay,
this-
this
that's
one
the-
right here. Hold on a second.
That's the
Let me go back to our first one in Australia. When we first went there, it was like they were. You could tell it was new. You know, like back in the day, like when we were playing shows, like you go to Temecula and there's like 400 people there, and you're like, weird.
Yeah, yeah.
All these people in this like small ass area, but it feels like it's like what's new. It's what's happening. It's what's coming up. We could tell it was coming up at that point because even Parkway guys were like, these shows are like really like the biggest shows there've ever been in this genre. And then right after us, yeah, like that was one of the, I could just tell it was cool. It was raw.
It doesn't look as choreographed as it does when you're at somewhere where like, oh, the scene has developed here. You could tell you know how to hardcore
Yeah.
dance. You know how to start the
Oh,
bit.
it was
You're
very
looking
weird.
at people like
Yeah.
trying to figure it out. Like, what are you trying
Yeah.
to do out
So
there?
05, yeah, we played
Here we
05.
go.
05. Yeah.
Damn.
So and then we went back the second time we went back
Cambridge
we did a
Hotel.
co-headliner with Azalea Dying, I believe.
But do you remember the ventricle? What are they called? The ventricle overflow? Do you remember them?
The band?
Do you remember them?
shit.
The
I do not.
ventricle overflow.
I can't even say
But
that
that
name.
second, okay, so the second tour that you pulled up, that was Parkway Drive, us, You, Me at 6 and the Wonder Years, which is such a
That's a
weird
weird
lineup.
Yeah,
tour,
that's the
dude.
same
I think it works though. Right? There's a still from a high
I feel
school
like
to
you
a
guys
stadium.
were initially on this tour with us.
Really?
I think so. I think when we agreed to this tour, this was supposed to go down in 2012, I believe.
Ooh, with that,
And it was supposed to be Parkway, you guys, us. Or Parkway, You, Me at 6, you guys, us, and another band.
I kind of feel like I remember that too.
And
Yeah, 'cause the
you
last-
guys dropped off. I don't know if you guys ever were considering it, but they told us that you guys had an offer. So we're like, I mean, it's Parkway anyway, and we just got back from Europe with them, and it was incredible, and we love those dudes. But
Totally.
so we wanted to do this tour, but right around when this tour was going to happen, we
Kangaroos are
Kangaroos are
stoked.
stoked.
comments always rule.
so
Go.
I had the opportunity to open my gym. and open my own spot, and I had to take that opportunity.
Yeah.
That was at the time. That was really what sparked us going like on that hiatus. That was the tour that we canceled to do our little hiatus thing.
Wow.
Because we really,
It's a big tour, man.
it was, but really, dude, come on, like. Is there really a fucking tour that you do that you just, it's a slam dunk, no matter what you do afterwards, you're going to be big because of that tour? I mean, fuck, dude, we've done Ozfest, we've done Warped Tour, we've done Slayer, we've done Manson, we've done fucking everything. We're just still bleeding through. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's afforded us a very strong following and loyal following over the years, which, dude, no regrets. I fucking love, I have like an infatuation with our like fans. Like, I'm infatuated with the people that like continually support our bands and us, and like just I'm obsessed. It's a straight love affair of it's weird.
Yeah,
And my
yeah.
band thinks I'm so weird because I'm just like, I see people and I'm just like, thank you. Like,
Yeah.
Totally.
Thank you.
Your
Fuck
gratitude.
yeah.
It's gratitude,
Great.
man.
And it's like, and I think the realism is that those tours kind of help that build like whatever legacy or whatever the fuck. But I didn't think that tour was going to do anything more for us that we could have done. And at the same time, we weren't at the position as a band, mentality wise, where we would have took advantage of that tour like we would now. Now, fuck, we would destroy that fucking shit. Back then, we were a foot out the door. We were kind of
And
burnt.
You can't have a foot out.
And you
out
cannot have
the
a foot out the
door.
door on a fucking tour that's going to draw 10,000 people a night.
Yep.
You know
Definitely
what I mean?
not.
It was heartbreaking to have to like say no to that tour, but we had to.
And what your hiatus was? I was 2011.
Yeah, we did. We did go
Like,
back to Australia after that. No,
nine
in 13
years?
and did like another like tour. But this is the first time we're going back in like over 10 years.
Damn.
Our hiatus was like 13, 14 to like 18, 19. And that was really like a reset. We did these last tours, and the last tours were kind of like this kind of thing where we're like, this is just the last tours of like Bleeding Through as you know it. Like, we're not going to be doing tours anymore. Like, you could bet that. You know what I mean? Like, sorry, we'll probably never play Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
Yeah.
Oh,
You say that
Like,
now.
so that was like that was just like our kind of, and on those last like U.S. shows, like we played like secondary markets. Like we went to the areas that we kind of knew.
Lubbock.
We did Lubbock.
Jake.
Love it
baby.
kills, dude.
So we did areas where we knew we probably would never go back. Almost like a goodbye. Almost like a goodbye.
Yeah.
You know. So
Also, what adds to the I'm not sure if this is even a word. The burnt outness is like there's an added like amount of work when you're literally paving the road. It's not like you're even working a grind, because you hear bands now. Hey, well, we were a band for 10 years and we're big now. It's like, well, you weren't paving the road.
everything was
big-
so weird.
it's
Like
a big
nothing was
difference.
laid out for us.
Nothing.
We wasted so much. We made so much money and wasted so much money.
For sure.
Shit.
I'm like, speaking of the fucking choir, all of our bands, I'll be honest with fans, even though they, you never want to talk about it, but like our bands were making some fucking money, but it was mismanaged.
Spending a lot of money.
And we were
Yeah.
spending a lot of money unnecessarily because it was mismanaged. You know what I mean? What the fuck did we know about shit? But at
Totally.
the same time, what the fuck did our management know about shit?
Oh God.
Yeah.
Because this was their first go around too.
Yeah.
So it's like I used to be pretty bummed out about things, but really it's like that was kind of just the way it happened.
Isn't it weird that it's almost like there's a formula now to
There
like
is.
put together a band that's going to be successful, and like even if it's not like to what our degree of success, because we kind of have come from watching real success happen in front of our eyes.
Yeah.
Where like now it's like you literally can pick the right people. You could hire people to write your fucking music for you.
Yeah.
I
You know,
mean,
like you could do.
yeah.
There's so many things you could do. Like the formula is there, and that kind of sucks. Like it
Yeah.
kind of. I mean, I don't want to get negative about it, but it's kind of true. It's like
no, I get you, dude. Like I have to like step back and just say it's all relative to the times.
sure.
Yeah.
It's all relative.
Yeah.
It might seem so hard for them to do now, but we look at it and we're like,
That's
this
you.
would be the fucking easiest shit ever.
Right.
If someone told us like, okay, going to these markets, here's your budget, here's what you need to pay in taxes, here's what you can pocket,
Yeah.
here's what your management gets, here's this, here's what here's what you're like, this is like your petty cash, this is like what you can kind of fuck with, this is like your gear bank, you know what I mean? Like, no one did that shit.
Dude, but
Fuck.
we didn't have any budgets back then.
No.
It was spend your merch money on your gas, fucking do all this. Just
Yeah.
Throw and go.
throw and go.
Well, I think also the formula kind of comes from like we all were getting in when like the music industry like hit its peak and then just crashed.
Oh, yeah.
So
True.
now everybody's at like the bottom of it, and that bottom of it, you can pick and choose where it is that the money is going to come from. Like that makes money. That makes money.
Yeah,
For
you
us,
do.
it was like there actually was a lot of different ways
Lot of
to
lot of
try to
sources.
make money. And a lot of those ran out, and now it's like, it's kind of created this. It created the road, that it's
Yeah.
like, we were all kind of looking to you guys and like Avenged and bands that came before us.
Yeah.
That it's like you guys were paving that road, and we were jumping on it.
I
too,
literally just had this conversation with Matt from Avenged like a couple days ago. Like we were talking about how like they actually look to us for like what to do, and I'm just like. That was very short lived because they just like they're just, okay, well we're here, let's just bye.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like, but they were, they even say like they're on such another level of things where he talks about the logistics of their tours, and we're just like,
right.
I can't.
How many trucks? How many trucks is it?
yeah,
Wait, a truck?
yeah. It's like
You guys can fill a container?
yeah, it's crazy. But but yeah, we were just talking about that too, like how back then there was no blueprint.
No.
The only thing that they knew is that they wanted to be a fucking rock and roll band.
Totally. I was just talking about this where I was remembering the first shows when I would call around because I just found a new gelato place in Temecula, and it was a venue that I used to play my first
No
shows
way.
at. I was like, this used to be a cafe. I used to play in here, and I called them to find out if they would allow us to host a show there, and I'm all, we'll sell tickets, $10 at the door. Like, you guys can keep the money. We didn't need any money. We just wanted to play.
Yeah.
It's like, we don't pay us. Like, we'll make you money and let us play at your place.
Yeah.
And looking back is like, that's so crazy to think, like, booking churches, booking all these
Dude,
places.
so
Like,
many
we made
churches.
them money and didn't get paid shit.
Isn't it
Yeah.
crazy how many fucking churches that
So
are
many, dude.
fucking bands
Yeah,
play?
yeah. My mom's church, St. Catherine's, shout out.
Really?
They let,
That's
they let
fucking
us
dope.
play.
That's
so
awesome.
sick. So sick.
And then
That's
playing,
cool.
dude, the VFW house was also weird too, because you'd show up, all these kids would go crazy, and then you go to the next door part where it's just a bar with all these old motherfuckers, just like, oh,
Yeah, like Elks
like
lodges
this
and
sucks.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moose
Who are
lodges,
these fucking
Elks
kids?
lodges.
We've done that shit, man.
Well,
Those,
and
shows,
then-
those shows used to go in.
They would
though,
go
dude.
off.
Yeah,
They were the
they were
best.
all-
And during that time, like when Avenged and Atreyu and you guys and like major labels were looking at bands,
Yeah.
like us, like the bands that were a little bit younger than you guys, there was occasionally those major label interests. And remember Angels? Do you remember Angels, the strip club that played that
Oh my
the sports
God.
bar? They had a venue right down the street here.
Oh, yeah,
Dude,
I do.
Well, I remember they were having shows.
for sure, dude. I remember it was probably 2003. We had someone from like Warner Brothers that came to watch our old band play at a strip
At
club,
Angels.
and they rolled up in like Ferraris or
my
Lamborghinis.
God.
I think I had a black eye. I was like, oh shit, you know what I
there's
mean? Like,
Angels in
oh,
Kelowna.
great.
That place
What's-
looks- that place
What's
looks
weird is you
sketchy.
actually.
Oh, look at it, look at it.
Oh, it's sketchy.
Oh, it was so
That's
sketchy.
What's weird is
sketchy.
I remember actually hearing that you guys were being signed to Warner Brothers. I remember hearing that.
Really?
I remember I'm like, oh, Susan sounds being signed to Warner Brothers.
Oh,
You
man.
were pissed. To be honest.
Was
Yeah.
I pissed?
You were pissed, huh?
Probably.
Not pissed.
It's like that's
More
stu-
just like,
More just
that
what the
stupid
fuck?
young
what the
man.
fuck
Yeah.
do you need to do?
I know, yeah.
What are these
That's
little,
what I was like.
What are these little fuckers
But
up
I guess
to?
that's just like the natural way of it. It's like you look at him like, damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit. But really, fuck, who cares?
Those
Hey,
stupid
yeah.
kids.
You said you played a big show in Temecula before?
We did.
Where?
Some like warehouse little fucking venue place.
Oh man, that's so cool. I wish
It was either the Edge nightclub
Maybe.
or
Maybe the Edge
the
nightclub.
place that we did your birthday party at.
I think it might have been the Edge nightclub.
I think it was the Edge back.
It was
yeah.
us, the Ghost Inside, Terror.
Holy crap.
fuck.
We did like a West Coast. Oh, and Lionheart.
In
And
Temecula?
Suffocate.
In Temecula,
Let's
California.
go.
There was like 400
Wow.
people at that show.
I remember that happening. We were on tour. That was probably 2007-ish.
Yeah.
8-ish.
Holy
Yeah,
crap.
yeah. I remember we were on tour because I lived in Temecula.
2007, 2008.
And I'm like, oh shit, Bleeding Through's in Temecula.
Yeah. It was
Oh,
crazy.
damn.
Let's
Mini
go.
tour?
Did you guys ever play
Temecula, the Vault.
Oh shit.
The
The
Vault.
Vault.
And that's where we did. That's where we
I
did
had
your
my birthday party
Okay,
there.
so that's what we did.
Oh,
sick.
okay.
Yeah.
I was literally just about to ask when you guys ever play Karma in Victorville.
Of course.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
There it is.
Oh, that tour went to Jerry's Pizza too?
Yeah.
crap.
That show got shut down at Jerry's Pizza.
Yeah, I bet.
Oh, of course it did.
Look at that fucking
Too big.
lineup.
Too
Yeah,
big.
dude.
It's too big.
That's a shut down lineup.
Oh, yeah.
That is literally a shutdown lineup.
Especially in that era when like
That's so
people
fucking
would go to
wild.
terror shows and just like literally try to kill each other,
Kill
like,
each other,
yep.
yeah.
ruin the show.
I came across a
They were-
comment.
God, Terror Every Night was so good on that tour. I remember. Fired me up.
I came across a comment that asked me to ask you about your thoughts and feelings about the Showcase Theater, which were
Oh.
which were only a few miles away.
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
Corona.
Dude, go back to those dates.
Yeah.
That's a fucking sick ass little fucking tour, man.
I would love to do that now.
Okay,
The state
for those that can't,
California,
I know.
it's so
The
good.
Bleeding
Cedar
through,
Center?
tear, the ghost inside, suffocate.
You guys didn't
Oh,
even,
yeah.
You
That's
guys didn't
cool.
even come to the Bay Area.
Fuck the Bay Area.
Orangevale.
Get some,
Orangevale?
hey, get some venues that stay open, and then we'll go.
Yeah.
That one stings. The pound.
Because I love Slims,
The
but
pound,
Slims.
the pound was my favorite place of all time.
The Pound is one of my favorite venues of all time.
Easily.
But when that went away,
Yeah.
they've never
The
recovered.
hearts got sucked out.
It was
of
done.
Yep.
And it's so
I
hard
lived
for
at- I
them
lived
to
at
open
the
more
Pound.
venues there. It's just hard for them.
I lived at the Pound. I would go to shows.
Dude,
I
so
wouldn't
good.
even know the bands. I'd just be like, I'm going.
Just gone.
Yeah.
I'm going.
It was like that for a showcase.
Okay,
too.
what was the question?
Showcase.
Yeah, I had a
Showcase.
I had a fan asked me to ask you. It's like, what are your thoughts and feelings about the showcase theater and what it means to you because you're only a few miles away
That was the
in Corona.
Chain Reaction became sort of like a mecca, but it was built off of what Showcase was the first. You know what I mean? Like Chain Reaction took a couple more years to kind of catch up to like booking shows that Showcase would book.
Yeah.
Showcase was everything to our band. Like everything.
Yo,
like,
blow that flyer
I
up.
did
like-
that. I did that show on the bottom right, fourth, the 6 Feet Under Sworn Enemy Animosity.
Oh, I remember that
So
one.
fucking
That's
wild,
that.
bro.
That's
I mean,
Trap
like,
Work Cowboys on it too. Jeez.
Yeah,
we
that show was
played
good.
such crazy shows at Showcase, and I
Those
went
are
to such
shutdown
crazy
shows.
shows. I saw so many great bands there, and like, it was such a fucking dope vibe until it just wasn't.
You guys played there a lot, though. Yeah.
We played there a lot. We did a good job at kind of playing there and Chain a lot too.
You guys played the last show.
We didn't play the last show.
Oh, shit. 18 Visions did.
Nope.
No?
Adamantium played the last show.
Oh yeah,
Deicide
I heard that shit was
Deicide
fucking
and Vital Remains.
crazy.
Yeah, those flyers were so sick back then to see. Like they
Dude, they
canned
were
them out.
because those shows were so insane.
yeah. It's
When you look at it now, you're like, dude,
whatever
those bands
genre-
played together. Shit.
What killed it for you? What do you think? When did you think the vibe died? When the punks took over?
It just became a place that wasn't enjoyable. I don't know. There was a lot of fights and stuff, and like, I don't know. Like, it became one of those spots where like I feel like it just got a
Clicky?
little too clicky.
Yeah.
And then like everybody used to go to every show, right? And then it was like people would only go to some shows, and not. It was just it became weird.
Yeah,
Yeah,
know,
I
it became
get it.
weird.
Wasn't
Yo,
there like
Jay.
a white T-shirt thing going on
Click,
there?
click
For
the
a
Yeah,
while?
the white
flyer
t-shirt
right
thing
below
was
that. It says
happening.
Machine Head and
T-shirt
Snot,
guys.
dude.
Machine Head Snot
Look at
System of
that.
the Down.
Holy
That show.
shit.
Fuck yeah.
Garza, you weren't there, dude?
Dude, let's go.
wild,
You weren't there for that?
No,
That was-
That's the famous System of a Down opening for Machine Head tour right there.
That's-
I've heard many stories
That's
about
so
that one.
fucking
Dude,
nuts,
being
dude.
Animosity coming from the Bay to Showcase was I considered it their pound, the
Yeah.
SoCal's pound, and then we would go there and we always know we're gonna sell so much merch.
Yeah.
just because like it was just like the merch spot.
It
So
was
we
the
had-
merch back, dude.
Like the
and it was the
upstairs.
worst merch spot in the history of merch
upstairs
spots.
in the back.
Yes, you couldn't even get there. So like, but yeah, dude, like
I'm not
Showcase
sure.
was great, man.
I'm not sure if it was Suicide Sounds or like a band prior, but remember like we played, we opened and then like you came after and I watched you buy a ticket to walk in. I was like, damn, Bleeding Through came. Brandon from Bleeding Through came to
And
the
bought
fucking
a
show.
ticket.
Was it
Wait, buy
Showcase?
tickets, yeah.
And this sounds so stupid. There's no way I bought a ticket. They wouldn't let me buy tickets there. They just let me go in.
We
Oh,
probably,
yeah.
we probably just like
But yeah, I went.
got like
Say
stamp-
your
I
name
went to
at the
go see you
box
guys
office.
play there.
Yeah, I remember what it was. Remember I saw
Like,
you. Like,
it was a
walk
long
up.
fucking time ago.
with the
I was like,
drums
damn,
all
he's
up on
fucking
top
here,
there.
dude.
I used to think
I remember seeing you guys play. I
felt
remember
so
seeing you guys
cool.
play. I think at Showcase twice. I think twice.
I used to call and say I was in a band. If I didn't have a show booked, I would call and say I was in a band and I was going to come and flyer for them so that I could get into every show for
Yeah.
free. I'd be like, I'm in this. I'd look at their lineup.
How'd you get to the show? Did you not?
Somebody would give me a ride, dude. Yeah.
I used to go and literally have money in my hand, and be like, and they'd be like, "Cool, thanks."
Eventually, it was like that for
Eventually,
me. I had
it was
to
like,
work. I had to work my way
We'll
towards
play
that.
a couple more
Yeah.
shows.
A couple more flyers, you could get as the show for free.
Yeah, we weren't Brandan Schieppati, you know.
I told you I was gonna feel like such a dick by saying that.
no.
I'll even go
That's true,
further.
man.
I'll even go further. That was the one place I used to go to where, like, if you ever had any like feeling of like rock stardom,
Yeah.
going there was kind of like that. I mean, Bleeding
Yeah.
Through was kind of like a big deal. So like people would be. I think it's cool that people would come up and say what's up.
And
For sure.
And you're,
Great,
super,
yeah.
and you're super recognizable too. Like it's
Totally.
like there
Back
he
then
is.
for sure.
Yeah,
Mohawks and
Mohawk
shit.
guy. Whoa,
Mohawk guy.
Mohawk
It's
guy.
such a trip, man. I used to see it walk around. I was so tripped out.
Yeah.
Like, damn, it's Brandon.
Brandon, dude, they're fucking bleeding through. Dude.
That's just so weird. I'm such a dork.
I told Garza this story, dude,
Crazy.
way back in the fucking
What a
day when I was
crazy
still
time.
in my first local band. Our my old vocalist David. I mean, this motherfucker, like, when This Is Love, This Is Murders came out, I mean, he didn't take it out of the CD player for
That's
fucking
awesome.
like 2.5 years. We went to House of Blues when it was still on the Disney property.
Oh, yeah,
the old
fuck
one.
yeah.
And it was you guys, Arch
Atreyu?
Enemy,
No, it was the Cradle show.
the Cradle
I was
show.
at that show too.
And none of us had tickets because we were fucking, broke.
Yeah.
But we stood outside of the show because he wanted to give you a demo of ours so
Hell
bad.
yeah. Love
Did I
we-
get it?
Hell
did.
yeah.
But he was, and
What was the band called?
Solomus. We're all from like Whittier, Santa Fe Springs.
Don't remember.
I don't remember either.
But he was just like, he was so fucking like jazzed to give it to you.
That's
And then he
cool.
saw you come out, like, and just like walk down like the catwalk, like to like that main area. And he like fucking freaked out. He was like, "Oh, dude, here it comes." He just got all tight.
That's so weird to hear.
And my
It
vocalist
happened
David
more
is
than you
like
thought,
a
probably.
big boy, dude. He's like fucking 6'2". At the time, he was real, like he was probably like 380, almost more, like just massive. And then he saw you coming out, and I was like, "Hey, there he is, right there." And he just like buckled like a girl, dude. He was like,
Really?
What do I say to him? I'm like, "Say what's up. I like your band. Here's my fucking seat." Like,
Check it
like
out if
just
you have
completely
time.
like buckled up, dude. It was hilarious. It was adorable. He definitely
was
stopped and said,
adorable.
"What's up?" And, like,
That's
we
the
gave-
best way to.
That's
to
Yeah.
describe it. I don't know, man. I feel like I never really wanted that. It's very. I appreciate that shit.
No, for
It
sure.
means you're doing something right and making an impact on somebody. But dude, it's like, I know people say it in bands like, I just want to be a normal person. But I've always considered myself that. Like, I don't know.
And you also probably like back then, like you're probably in like your head a lot.
Well, yeah, I thought like either people wanted to like.
Damn, that's
Yeah, there it is, right there. It is right there.
Hamza too?
Yeah, Hamza was on that fucking joint too,
Headbanger's
dude.
That was
Ball
our
tour?
that was our stipulation for this tour. When they asked us to do the tour, we said the only way we'll do the tour is if we could bring the opener, and we brought Himsa.
That's so dope.
That is really cool.
Himsa was a band I was way into
Himsa
too.
was dope.
Yeah.
And but the first thing, because of, like, that was a tour, like, we got asked to do that tour, but we're like, okay, this is like bleeding through with like a bunch of like just metal. We need another like crossover band.
Yeah.
And so Himsa was kind of like our security blanket, but we really wanted to give them the tour anyway. They were fucking great. They deserved it.
They're so sick.
They were great. But yeah,
Johnny.
it was we just saw him a couple weeks ago. We played up in Seattle. It was cool. Cool
Nice.
seeing old friends, man.
Fuck yeah.
Does he still fucking own Elko?
I mean, he's still there all the damn time. I don't
Yeah.
know if he owns it.
I heard something about how he sold it or he doesn't own it anymore.
Oh,
He was still doing the show though. It was cool.
I don't. You talking about getting like recognized people giving you demos and stuff like that with your story? This has happened to me probably more times than I would like to admit.